Hello everyone, welcome to the Pequeno pod with Señor Pequeños. New year, new intro, same relaxed comedy. Please consider supporting us on Patreon as we are but poor lost circus performers and it helps pay for podcast equipment, editing hours, and also gets you some fun little goofy benefits. And if you choose not to, that's fine. That's fine. We'd appreciate a 5-star rating. We read comments and reviews in every episode, so enjoy this free one and have a horrible day.
Please do not set the theater on fire for Chicken Jockey.
I don't know if you saw, but on TikTok there was one video where someone lit off a firework in the theater.
No, I saw the one where someone had a live chicken.
There's that one, and then someone threw a firework.
Dude, that's just straight up terrorism. Then someone had a bomb in this one. Everybody died. It was crazy. Can you imagine?
Awesome.
Chicken Jockey just the whole theater. I saw some videos. I mean this is a joke. I don't mean this seriously at all. But there was like a video where someone was like, look, if it was the girls doing this, everyone would be so upset. Remember during Taylor Swift when people were dancing and singing and everyone thought it was terrible? And in my head I was like, well, no, it wasn't terrible because you were women. It was terrible because it was Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And not Minecraft. Does she have a Chicken Jockey moment? I don't think so.
Yeah, I took a picture of the theater, but it says any disruptive behavior will result in removal from the premises with no refund or other compensation.
As if that matters to people.
They had signs.
$8.
Yeah, they had signs posted, and then they also played like a video showing it before the movie itself.
As if someone's gonna be like, "Oh, you're not gonna give me my $8 back after I lit a firework off in the theater." Oh,
hey.
Like they already made their bet before
I wanted to watch
in.
that movie.
I didn't even finish them. What happened? What happened to Steve?
What did I do? What did I do?
Say what I did. Say anything I did.
My brother's at work, or else I would have had him come on and tell this story himself, but I wrote it down. This is Minecraft movie.
This related. Is my witness of the
Yeah,
theater.
I was like, wait, I wrote it down. I have to find it in my notes. The contrast is terrible. Oh my god. Well, too bad. I also got like a big thing of tea.
Big red tea.
Yeah, I needed some caffeine.
Big cup of piss.
Big cup of piss. Dude, I've been up since 2 a.m.
Dude, come on. Lively.
I just got home from work. They've been... Oh my god, they've been kicking my ass. No. So, like, I've been at fucking Planet Fitness all day since, like, 4 a.m.
That's awful.
Dude.
Woo! That's what I'm talking about, baby!
I literally think of you every time I go to... Now I signed up at a gym, like, down the street, like a nice gym. And every time I go in there, it's perfectly quiet, calm. Everyone's perfectly cordial. I'm like, man... Julianne's probably suffering right now.
Couldn't be me.
And like cleaning out the fucking toilets with just some fucking rocket. I don't...
Yeah. The new girl I'm training right now, she doesn't seem too interested in cleaning. It's like I've shown her how to clean stuff a few times, and she keeps.
She's like, no.
She's like, I'll just watch for now. I'll just watch so I get it. And it's like, you've been here for 3 full days. You know,
I have to learn.
Also,
yeah,
is cleaning something you need to watch to learn?
Yeah.
I mean, we do use different cleaning products, and then like in the tanning bed, you don't want to use like the alcohol-based disinfectant. You want to use like an oil-based one because when the heat starts.
Go ahead.
Well, yeah, because like if they lay down on the tanning bed, it's gonna like burn them if you use like that one. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. So like just so she gets them down, but it's also been like they're 8-hour shifts, so she's seen me clean for like at least 10 hours now.
She needs more.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then today she went on her 15 for 38 minutes, and I was like,
that's nice.
Yeah, and I was like,
maybe she's watching cleaning tutorials.
Yeah,
on
I was
YouTube.
like, just so you know, like when our boss is in, you gotta be a little more on it with the 15s, like. And then like she called me, but I don't use my phone when I'm out there. So like she ended up calling like the gym's phone and was like, can we bring food out there? Like I've already told her you can bring food and drinks, and she's like, I'm just gonna finish my stuff in the car. And I was like, okay. And at this point, she was already 25 minutes.
Eat in the ditch. I'm just gonna eat in the garbage can in the alley behind the building.
Yeah. She was already 25 minutes into her break, and I'm like, but it's a 15. And then she's like, yeah, I needed some coffee. Like, I was dragging. I needed to go get some food. And
I
I'm
needed
just
a
like,
5-course meal.
like every
To be
shift
fair, I've
she's
done
worked.
that, so I can't even...
Yeah.
Literally the first
boy, egg
Hey,
boy.
you know what? No, here the first
egg
job
feast.
the first job, like the big job I had, like the first week or something. They had like, you know, you work here or whatever it is. It's a 9-hour shift. You have like an hour break for lunch. So I was probably took me like 45 minutes, 50 minutes to eat like all the food I had. And my boss walked by and just sees my whole feast laid out, and he's like, "We normally take 30-minute breaks." And I was like,
What were you bringing?
it was a lot of food, and I eat slow. Okay.
Okay,
It
keep
wasn't
going.
eggs.
What did you get?
I don't remember
Yeah,
what I
I
was
know, I
eating
wanna
5
know.
years ago. I'm just
If you're saying it's a feast, I'm a little curious.
5 years ago,
this
it
is
was
6
like
years
cereal.
ago, Daniel Feast.
It was
so it was like
cereal.
apples
So it's
and
like
peanut
crackers.
butter, chicken, and like a chicken sandwich, and like probably
Yeah,
an
I'm the
egg.
only-
You know, I don't know.
I'm the only person who like ever brings lunches, and then like I'll go eat it in the back break room, which is like also our storage room.
crazy.
So people will come back there to get like cleaning stuff, and I'm just like stuffing my face because like you know you don't have enough time. So I'm just like, and I'm like, I don't care. Like you can come in and watch me eat, and then like they're like, "Ugh, what are you eating?" And I'm like, it's like
Are you
Korean
serious? Come
spicy.
on, who
Yeah,
does
I was like,
that? What the
it's
fuck?
like Korean
yuck.
spicy.
I've never
tofu
seen someone eat lunch
soup.
and thought, "Ew!" I'm gonna say this out loud. That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, it was like my boss came in and was like, ugh, because it was like spicy Korean tofu soup, and he's just like, ugh, where's
Spice?
the meat? No, yeah, that too. But yeah, no, he's the one who eats raw steak, so he.
He's the one.
He's the one calling you out?
Ew! Spicy food
Yeah.
instead of raw cow meat.
He's probably
Yeah.
like, ew, cooked food.
Yeah, exactly,
yeah.
dude. No, he says he likes to eat like pretty much for dinner every night, just like a hunk of steak, and he says he likes to sear it on one side for 5 seconds, 5 seconds on the other. He
not
says he
searing.
describes it as blue. He likes his steak blue. I didn't even know that was a thing because I don't eat steak. So he was like, yeah, I like it blue. I like it to moo still, and I'm like, all right.
Blue isn't like
yeah.
it's rotting.
Yeah,
What do
yeah.
you
I'm like,
mean?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Is this an RFK Jr. classification of steak cooking?
he loves RFK.
Fucking
He
oh my God.
legitimately is in love with that man.
Ah.
Like a legitimate
Everything
sense.
checks out.
Love.
Alright.
with that
Actually,
man.
what's a better way is if you sear the cow for 5 seconds on one side and then just eat it blue.
What?
Yeah, no, my boss is like, that man's literally like a genius. Like, he's so smart. And I'm like,
How do people think this? It's
My-
so
yeah.
scary to me. People,
They're
measles.
serving Steak and Shake at the White House. I just saw a tweet. I don't know if you saw that.
really?
Yeah. They got like a brand deal with the White House.
With
now
the
Steak and
White
Shake. Steak and Shake
Rump
served
is
them
gonna
right
love
now.
that. Burger.
Of course.
Burger on demand.
Burger, he already has burger on demand. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he
Coke
said like he would send other
on
people out
demand.
to go pick up his food, but he was paranoid that someone would kill him, so he'd have like staff
Yeah.
members go and pick up his McDonald's.
Yeah.
I wonder why people would ever want to
Diet
kill
Coke button.
RFK Jr. Why?
No, no,
would
no, no, no.
anyone ever
No,
want
the
that?
president.
The president.
Oh, same thing though.
Oh yeah, let me
Nevertheless,
read the
guy.
notes I made from my brother and his friend's experience at the Minecraft movie. They invited me. I didn't go. A couple of my friends also invited me. Like multiple friend groups invited me to see Minecraft movie. I'm just like, I'm really broke right now. I can't justify spending money on hate watching something because I don't really have interest in it. So I was like, nah. So my brother said
Fair.
they went to a theater full of people. Like it was completely packed. It was
Same.
like not opening night, but second day or whatever. It was
I
like
was
Friday.
second week and it was still packed. It
Yeah,
was
I
so-
saw on your
That's
story. I was
crazy,
like,
dude.
that's the most people
Oh,
I've
I
seen
missed
in a
a
fucking
story?
theater in
Damn.
forever. He posted what was the quote that they said on
Yeah,
there?
I was reading it to Daniel earlier, but
Yeah, where it was like no
Let me see.
disruptive.
Yeah.
yeah, any disruptive
Outburst.
behavior will result in removal from the
Yeah.
premises with no refund or other compensation.
That's the one. That's the
They
one.
also had it printed outside of the theater. It
The
was
guy
crazy.
with the AK-47 reading that sign going in for chicken jockey. Ow!
Oh man. Yeah.
Swiper.
So like
Oh,
second day, he said it was only adults in the theater. So like he was like theater full of people, just adults. but there was one kid in the whole theater, and his best friend AJ was sat next to the kid. Kid was like 8.
The kid laughed and pointed, and the adults are like, "Shut the fuck up down there."
Yeah, no, he was like 8, and so like AJ, John's best friend, really likes like sweet treat drinks. Everywhere he goes, he's got to get one. So like he got his icy, and he put his icy down, and the 8-year-old started like like open mouth coughing straight into his icy, like immediately when he put it down.
Of course.
So he's like, he didn't even get a sip of it.
That's so
And
sad.
he's like, my sweet treat. Yeah.
Should just cut the top off and then just have the rest.
So he's doing his toddler coughing, and so the 8-year-old is doing commentary during the film. Right, the movie's playing, and
That's awesome.
Nobody in John's theater was really reacting. Only this 8-year-old, but he wasn't reacting to like. Like speech stems, vocal stems that are like drinking jockey, like stuff like that. Nothing like that. He was just like YouTube commentary. Like he was doing a Let's Play video. Like so he was just yapping and
Chat, doing Minecraft? Shut the fuck up.
yeah. He was just sitting there talking. So a creeper came on the screen and the kid was like, "Wow, this is literally my childhood, guys." And they're like, "You're fucking 8. You're
It's just
8.
stunning, dude.
You're
Chat,
8.
this is crazy. I wonder what's gonna happen, chat.
Come on, what are kids doing that they're saying that when they're 8?
And the theater is dead silent, so people are like turning around, and like the kid is like, "Hey guys," and like everyone's like, "Is he talking to us?"
Was he with other
kid
people,
is
or was
this?
the kid alone?
The kid was with his parents. He was with like 2 adults and no friends.
His dad was like, "Oh my."
He was the
fucking
only kid in the theater, and like, so like
the way God intended.
One of the things he said for commentary was like there was like an explosion, and the kid just like screamed 9/11, and like.
This kid rocks. This kid.
Great, what a sense of humor.
And everyone's like,
And then everyone stood
Oh.
up and clapped.
everyone's like, okay.
It started with like one slow clap, like veteran, just.
Yeah,
Absolute cinema.
and then at one point, he was like playing with the recliner on his chair. Like he was super invested in the movie at first, but then he started getting bored and was like flicking on the recliner, and he realized at a certain angle it was making like a farting sound. So he was just doing back and forth
I know
like.
exactly what that sounds like.
And so
Literally,
John's
people wait to do that in a movie theater until the quietest part.
and
And
he's
it's
like, yeah.
like, oh my
And so,
gosh.
and so he just kept doing it, and like AJ literally just like turned and glared at the kid, and then he was like, "Meow," and just like stopped and completely stopped playing with the recliner and put it all the way down. And then the kid
Then
eventually,
he actually started farting.
Instilled
Yeah,
the fear
no,
of
like-
God in him.
like he was so into the movie at first, just yapping nonstop, and then halfway through the movie, he whips out his phone
Oh,
and
thank
legit
God.
starts playing Subway Surfers. Dead ass.
He holds it up to like next to the screen so he can
So it's
see
half
the
and half.
movie.
Yep. So that was their viewing experience. Like everyone was like, "It was so funny, it was so fun," and they were like, "No, we had some kid fucking ruin it. It was the one child in the whole theater." So
What's up with
dude,
these
that
kids
blows.
ruining our Minecraft movie for
I
adults?
How
know.
dare they?
I
How
know.
dare they?
Selfish.
Yeah, I went to a trivia night last night, and one of the questions was that movie, and we were like, it's a Minecraft movie, not the Minecraft movie. Like, yeah, because you know what? I go to this other one where the people are like so particular about shit like that.
Of course it
This
is,
one,
because every fucking business that's in your town sucks ass. It's
yeah,
fucking
well, no,
awful.
it's the people who you switch papers with other teams and they grade you. So it's just fucking
Oh, I thought you were
assholes.
talking
Relax,
about theater.
Daniel. Relax.
I thought you were talking about a theater.
Getting all fired up.
Oh no, I went to trivia night.
Guys!
We came in second place, by the way. We got a gift card. Trivia
Nice.
winners. Hell yeah. And we met my friend's baby. Like, they were like, "Is it a team of 6?" And we're like, 5 adults, 1 baby. And they're like, "Oh, okay, well, team of 5 then."
So
And
fine.
we're like,
They
"This
asked
is the
the
ringer."
baby.
No,
This is
6.
Yeah, obviously. Don't ignore her. Don't
Dude.
invalidate this child.
we were like gonna go see Minecraft movie in theaters, but like we'd just been busy. And then at some point I saw it popped up on Plex, and I was like, oh, well, let's just watch it at home, do it here. And then like slowly as the movie continued, we realized this must not be the final cut. There's no way, because the special effects were not very good.
I should have warned you. I should have warned you. It was all over
Well,
Twitter. And I was giggling at it.
normally, not that there's cams very much on Plex, but it'll say in parentheses like cam, or it'll say like test screening is what those are called, where they're unfinished. I've only seen a couple in my life, so it was just it didn't say anything at all. Like I could tell it was a cam, but it was just like it was crazy because like if we felt like it was gaslighting us because I was like there's no way they would actually do this, right? And then like it got worse and worse the more that there was like more action in the movie. You could see like the wires attached to people doing stunts. They would flip over like onto a mat, like it was so clearly
The
like
mat is
in a
in
set
frame.
studio. Yeah, the mat was in frame, wires attached to Jason Momoa's stunt double and stuff. It was so crazy because it was so much more entertaining that way because we were just dying laughing how fucking awful the special effects were in the unfinished version. It was,
no shit.
dude.
It's unfinished, dude.
I know, but that's what I mean. It was so hilarious. They should have kept it that way. We were laughing the entire time, like not at the movie because the movie sucked, but it was so funny.
That movie did not suck. You're wrong.
I was gonna say, you know how
You're
many
wrong.
people I know who are like
You're wrong.
obsessed with that movie?
It's
That's
not
legitimately
good.
so
many of my
friends.
Fucking
Horrible
awful.
take. Horrible take.
I don't
Horrible
care.
take. Okay, it's the same director, so it feels like Napoleon Dynamite, and I really
Oh
like
really?
Napoleon
I
Dynamite.
love that movie. Yeah. I
There's
was
like some genuine like moments where I was like actually cracking up. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like the in
I
world,
love
not
Napoleon
really
Dynamite.
Minecraft world, but like I don't know. If you watch it, you'll understand. I liked it though. Like the whole theater was like laughing. Like everyone like genuinely like was having a good time.
Nice.
And it wasn't like a lot of kids either. Like yeah, there was a sprinkle of kids, but like genuinely like there was adults like actually laughing. I left that theater because I
Yeah,
went
I'm
in
glad
thinking
the
like
theaters have been filled up like constantly for just weeks. That's crazy.
I went
Yeah.
into that movie thinking like, all right, this is gonna be like really, really bad, and no, I left like I enjoyed it like
Your
unironically.
like favorite film of the year.
Not favorite film, but
5
like
stars.
considering no, I'd give it, dude. Unironically, I'd give it 4 stars.
Yeah.
I'm being
Nice.
so serious. It
I
was
saw
not.
Nosferatu the other day. That was good.
I have
Oh,
not
you
seen
like that?
Nosferatu yet.
That was pretty good.
Nick would probably like it. It's like spooky, you know. It's creepy.
Doesn't he got like his wong out or something?
There
Isn't
is
there
a
full
very
wong?
right.
brief nude scene that we're like, whoa, hey, it was just like out
He's hanging decrepit
You must
old
bounce on
undead cock.
Decrepit.
Decrepit. Bounce on it. Crazy
No,
I know.
style.
there. Crazy style. That meme is, oh man, props to that creator because that's been genuinely the funniest fucking video
That's
to
so
come out of that
accurate
movie.
for how the movie is, though. Like, that's how
Yes.
this guy is.
That's exactly how he's. I didn't know it was what's his name the whole
Pennywise?
time. Yeah, because his voice isn't like very deep. So like he did a bunch of like voice training and like Mongolian
Skarsgård.
throat singing training and shit.
Bill
I guess to
Skarsgård.
get that right. Yeah, he did a crazy good job. That was wild. I did not because you can't really see his face most of the time, so it's like you can't
Yeah,
recognize
he's
him.
creepy. Yeah. It was good. It was pretty funny, honestly. Like,
Is it?
I found it funny.
Is it meant to be funny, or it's kind of like this is just so
No, it's
goofy?
meant to be serious.
It's like
but
it's like
funny.
some it's like so no, it's not laughing at it because it's like it's literally like the vampire will do something creepy and then people will be like, wait a minute, is this guy a fucking vampire? It's literally how
like I thought it was funny like the part where she's like possessed.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler. She's possessed, and
No,
she's like starting
no,
to like.
I need this. I
I
can't
was
hear.
gonna say you don't actually tell him what happens in it.
I haven't seen it
That's
yet.
that's the one line premise of okay anyway.
Oh,
Yeah,
Nosferatu?
She's
No, it's not.
convulsing for some reason. So anyway,
She
the
does a
scene
lot
is
of like
her-
body horror stuff in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the moment, like it's either you take it completely seriously or it's kind of funny because it's just funny seeing someone move like that, kind of. So
Oh, like
probably was
literally
meant
like
to be a serious
like
moment.
literally the first scene of the movie.
I don't remember
When
that
she's like-
one. No, I remember the middle
God,
one.
guys, please.
I remember the
I
middle
mean, I
one
can't
more.
replicate it. It's like she's doing body
The
horror
one where
stuff.
she
Like I
like
can't
rolls
do
her
it.
eyes back and like
Guys.
her tongue's out and like starts ripping her clothes off. But the way she's moving is just like really funny. I thought it was hilarious. But
Daniel sees a
Spoil-
real life
spoil-
exorcism and he starts giggling.
it would be funny.
She's getting naked.
Haha, boobies.
Yeah,
There was
it's
no
just like
nudity on that.
it's just
Well, there
like the
was in the
whole
movie, but not
whole
there.
movie. Her husband, you're like, damn. Well, he's like, could it get worse? Oh, it got worse. That's like the whole movie form, and you're like, what an unfortunate character, huh?
There was a meme from that movie that was like, it's like directly after the scene where she's convulsing, they just start fucking for no reason. And then someone's like, so he watched her do all that?
I know that's actually, that one is a spoiler. Because that
a
one.
spoiler?
Because I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. Nick. I want to tell Daniel why that scene's sus, but then I don't want to spoil it for you. I know because she's literally possessed by him in that scene, so that's Nosferatu trying to get fucked by the man.
Anyway, so yeah, that part was funny.
Nosferatu gay for that. You don't think that's weird?
Yes, it's weird. That's the whole thing I was saying. What are we talking about? This sucks. Good lord. Literally
I didn't want to spoil it for Nick.
I didn't describe what it was. I just said the sex scene. It came out of nowhere.
People boink in that movie.
Spoiler, yeah, I guess. My bad.
They're bumping uglies in Nosferatu. That's insane.
It was good though.
It was good boinking or a good movie?
Both.
You know, my brother started watching The Idol, and he was like, Lily Rose Depp, her nipples are like 5 inches long, man. And I was like, why?
Like, I'm not gonna ask. I'm not gonna ask a follow-up.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, circumference-wise, you're like...
Like, yeah, just
are we talking nub?
Like,
oh, nub-wise.
Nub-wise.
Like, oh, they're just...
They're like fingers, he was like...
What is this podcast even about, dude?
My brother likes The Weeknd, so he wanted to watch it for The Weeknd, and he's like, now I don't know how I feel about The Weeknd anymore.
Yeah,
after watching The Idol. Yeah. He's like, my brother's like, I want to give him the benefit of the doubt that he's intentionally playing the character like cringe. And he's like, maybe he's just that good of an actor.
The singer is purposely acting the cringe, yeah.
I'm very interested to see in how his movie turns out, because it's like, didn't he get like critically negative reviews overall from fans, audiences, critics, everyone, that it was not...
He's 2 for 2.
Yeah, I was like, that he was not good in The Idol, and then he's like, you know what, I should make a movie that accompanies my album. That's
I didn't know he was making a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's playing Abel, like, himself in it, I guess. I don't really know what the premise of the movie is at all, but
What's
Jenna Ortega's in it. Same name as his album.
I don't know the name of this album, man. Come on. Listen
Once
to who
again,
you're talking to.
What's it called?
Once again, is it called The Weeknd?
Mm-hmm.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, the movie.
The Weeknd, the album by The Weeknd. What's the name of the album? Was that a spoiler? Why is anyone saying it?
I don't even remember what it's called.
It's
genuinely,
got
it's got a weird name. It's like something. It looks like a thriller, but I'm like,
tomorrow.
Hurry up tomorrow. That's what it is. Yeah, it looks like it's some kind of thriller, but I'm like, is this supposed to be based on real life? Because like, it looks like they're. Yeah.
Hurry up tomorrow.
Hurry up tomorrow. That's a bad title. Ooh.
Got him.
Bow, bow, bow.
Hurry up tomorrow sounds like something on like like wine o'clock. Like it just doesn't. Is not what I expected
like
for
mom
a thriller.
say.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Hurry up tomorrow. Like it feels the same vibes to me.
Oh, you're saying hurry up for tomorrow to come or something?
The cover is him screaming in agony. So.
Yeah. It's someone holding his face like this, and he's just like, that looks awesome, dude.
I don't think that has mom vibes when you see that image paired with those words.
It's coming out May 16th, and I've heard absolutely nothing about it. That's crazy.
Yeah, and Barry Keoghan or whatever is in it too. It's like
Barry
they got like
Keoghan,
big name people in it. So I'm like, wait, what is this movie?
Oh, I can't wait for the ugly weasel man to go against.
Isn't he playing Ringo?
Yeah, he is playing Ringo.
Oh yeah, I heard that. That's so funny.
Are they doing all 4 movies at the same time? Like releasing them? Is that what I heard?
Wait, what?
Oh, there's
Like,
gonna
they're
be
doing-
4 Beatles
they're-
movies?
The 4
Each-
Beatles movies, and they're gonna release them at the
Oh
same
my
time, so you can
gosh.
binge them like consecutively.
Each
And I'm like,
Beatle gets their
That's
own movie.
crazy.
Each Beatle gets their own movie, and I'm like,
Ringo,
isn't everyone
Dingo,
just gonna
Bingo,
see-
and the other one.
and Lingo, yeah, and Lingus,
Dingo, Dingo, Wingo, and Shingo.
yeah.
How-
Yeah.
you know how
Isn't it
much we
crazy-
know about the Beatles?
Isn't it crazy that 2 of the Beatles have iPhones? Doesn't that just blow your mind?
2 of the Beatles have what?
iPhones.
iPhones, like they existed so long ago, yet they are like,
They're like, there's pictures of them with Snapchat filters.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
Aren't they still alive? 2 of them?
yes,
Yeah, that's what I'm
Paul-
saying.
Paul
Isn't it
and
crazy they have
Ringo.
iPhones?
But yeah,
I thought
like
you meant
Paul-
they got the iPhone and that was like it.
they got it in the
They
60s.
exploded. Right, we're
Jobs.
so
Yo, Ringo, look at them.
Right, John.
Fuck off, John.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's only gonna see the John and Paul one, right? So I don't understand how they're gonna
No,
do
I'm
it.
only seeing the Ringo one. Let's be real.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Please stop sending me fan mail with peace and love, peace and love.
Yeah,
They have to
and
keep
then
Barry Kogan from fucking the dirt in every scene.
What?
wait, what? Does he do that?
Is that a Saltburn reference?
Oh, is that
What
the
is-
Saltburn
No,
with,
the-
with
yeah,
the grave or
Saltburn, yeah.
something?
I didn't watch
When
Saltburn.
it was like that not planned out scene where they were like, we're just gonna keep rolling, I guess. His dick's in there, so.
I didn't
That
watch
wasn't
Saltburn,
planned?
so that just that
No,
sounds
that was not
crazy.
planned at all. He just started fucking the grave, and they were like,
Roll with it, roll with it.
roll with it, roll it. Because that's what they said.
Yeah, 'cause they still do that in Hollywood.
This is a 1920s film.
It's just so loud.
it's
a silent film. Groaning. Oof.
Oh, that's well. Not to go back to that. That's what was so interesting about the Minecraft movie.
What correlates? What part correlates? Dirt?
They're both
just
movies.
how the special effects stuff works. So a bunch of the time, it's like people with like Minecraft like villager heads just on top of them. So it's just clear like humans in the background wearing these things, and like most of the like the pigs or no the zombies whatever they are. Yeah, I was waiting for you guys to tell me.
Zombies.
Oh, like the
yeah,
creepers
zombies. You're right.
or-
No, you're right.
Okay, so
Zombies.
most of them are CGI, but sometimes when they like have them get slammed into stuff, it's an actual like stunt, like from a person doing it. So it's a person in
Oh,
a
they have
pig
people
costume
doing the
getting
fully
slammed
CGI
into a
thing?
wall with like strings and stuff. It's so funny. Oh, it was beautiful. Anyway,
Nice.
yeah, Saltburn.
Never saw
You know when
that
you know
one.
when Minecraft Steve gets he sees dirt and he gets really horny.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I was like, yeah, you know.
You know that part of the Minecraft movie?
Yes. Yeah.
This is boner.
Dick and steel. Oh,
Alright.
Dickens. Yeah.
Alright.
well,
all right. What? That was too much. Sorry. Good lord. Oh.
My brother said the worst part of the movie to him was like the main character. He's like, I just didn't like the kid. He was annoying.
Everyone like hated the kid,
That's too bad.
but it's just like your typical like
Yeah,
kid
it's
just a
typical
kid.
role.
I didn't know that the girl in that movie was the one from Wednesday.
Wednesday.
It feels like
I put
Wednesday
it.
was
I
not
made the
that long
connection.
ago.
I made the connection like halfway through because I'm like, why does she seem familiar? Who is
Yeah.
this? I'm
I saw
trying to
the
think.
Picture on like the poster of the movie, and I just recognized like the blue sweater she was wearing. Like I have that sweater, so then I looked at her face carefully, and I was like, oh, it's the Wednesday girl. And
I had no clue at all. I had to look it up.
My brother was like, "This looks like something you'd wear," and I was like, I have that sweater." Yeah,
That is Wednesday's friend.
and that was exactly what I did too. I was like,
Blue
"You're right,
sweater has-
John."
She's wearing my
sweater
sweater.
has no collection,
I'm Wednesday's
no
friend.
correlation.
Yeah, I'm just like Rainbow Girl from Wednesday, and he's like, "What?"
Speaking of beloved animated franchises, I didn't even see it, but Shrek 5. Shrek 5. have you
Gaga's
guys
gonna
seen-
be on Wednesday
What's Wednesday?
in the Wednesday show. Gaga's
Season
gonna be
2,
in it.
Gaga's gonna be in it.
Oh, Gaga's gonna be in it? I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, no. Sorry,
makes
I
sense.
interrupted for no reason.
that's cool.
Shrek
Literally, my friend was asking me about Lady Gaga's like fiance, and I was just talking about like her, like she's a close friend, and I'm like, oh yeah, like, so she's been with him
Stephanie's
since, like,
so
yeah, literally, I was talking about it. I was like, God, the parasocial relationship is fucking, it's bad. I'm like, yeah, I'm like, my homegirl, you know, like when they were getting engaged, she proposed with the ring, and like he was like, she's like, you can just propose with a blade of grass, you know, plucked straight from our yard. So he got green matching wedding bands for the two of them. Like, I fucking know her. Like, I'm like, yeah, she told me firsthand. But
You and
no.
her are like this, dude.
Yeah, we are. In my mind. I literally was crying, like, watching her Coachella performance, and I wasn't expecting to. Like, I've never, like, cried like that, like, watching, like, movies or, like, anything. I started, like, sobbing, crying. It was her just performing, and I was like, I'm going to see this live, and I was like,
What day is that?
It's gonna
Months
be
away.
yeah, in August, and yeah, okay. I was just like, I was so excited, I started crying. Yeah, I was like, why am I feeling every emotion at once? I hadn't cried
it's like
in
coming
like
full circle, dude.
Yeah, I hadn't cried in months either, and I was like, it's real, she's real. I was like, ah.
I didn't get to watch it. I'm so sad. Does she play like just Mayhem or everything from her catalog?
She did quite a bit. It was like very, like, goth, macabre themed. It was kind of like she made like a story.
Oh.
Not really like connecting things, but everything was kind of like death themed and like homage to her old music videos and stuff. Like,
okay.
Like Judas and like.
I just saw Gustaffelstein was there, and I'm like,
yeah,
DJ.
Twas, but no Skrillex for what song did he produce for her? He did
Skrillex was
free woman or something.
He's done a few for her actually.
Yeah, a couple. Should have been there. He should have been.
Skrillex didn't. Oh no, he just did Ultra. He performed at Ultra, and he played like everything from like his whole catalog. It was crazy.
Oh really?
Yeah, and then he dropped that mixtape that has everything like unreleased.
Everything.
Did you ever get to listen to that, by the way? I texted you, but like part of Gaga's promotion for Mayhem was she released the album early, but they were all just leaked songs from like.
Yeah, I never got to see that because I was at work all fucking day. So then I was like,
I saw it when I was at work too, and I'm like, oh no, I don't know if she knows about this.
And they had me close
Juliana's
that day.
15-minute break was 3 hours. And 10
yeah. They had me literally, like, the day before, it was, like, had me, like, opening, and then the next day they had me closing. So it was, like, I got, like, no sleep and had no free time, and then when I got off, I came home, and it was, like, 11:45, and then it was, like, it just went back to, like, the regular stuff on her YouTube when I looked at it, and I was like, no!
Yeah, it was all over Twitter, all over Reddit. Yeah, everyone's like, it feels illegal to hear these songs in such high quality.
Yes, and I was very sad because I only heard like the shitty poo-poo version.
Yeah,
and then I tried to find them after you said it. I was like looking everywhere. I was like Googling, where can I find? And it was like nothing.
I'll check.
sorry, Daniel. Version? What was your anime?
Like live on YouTube? Is that anime? Shrek 5?
Is that what you were gonna talk about?
Shrek-san.
Shrek-kun.
To answer your question, Daniel, part of her promotion on YouTube, there's a releases button for like music artists, and her album went up. Yeah, it went up live early, but it was just all of her unreleased songs marked as like the Mayhem tracks, and everyone's like freaking out. I guess those songs are like super. Not good quality when they came out, like when they leaked.
Literally, I've only heard garbled versions.
No, just on YouTube, like on her
like
on
her
YouTube
own personal YouTube page. Yeah.
Okay,
I was like,
cool.
And they got rid of them. So I don't know, like if you got him, you got him. If you didn't, I'll look for you though.
Literally in a YouTube call where they were trying to promote the new like YouTube podcast on YouTube Music, like on the music app or whatever that they have, nothing's changed. You just kind of upload the stuff and add it to a different playlist, essentially. And they were like, "Any questions?" And I was like, "Yes." Does this change anything about the way it was all uploaded and used previously? And they were like,
"No."
Anyway, next, they just moved on. I was like, all right.
Oh, so they just
Good
wanted to
know.
make something
Shut
that
up.
was like officially for podcasts or something? Is that why? But it's just basically
We're
doing
sending
the
a
exact
missile
same
to your
stuff.
home address.
Oh.
Is this you over at? And then they just say your whole
And then
address.
dox you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's just them trying to find some way to keep copyright and make money off of the stuff that people use. And like it's basically just a music library that people can pull stuff into on YouTube and like cut. And it gets a little confusing. I don't use YouTube that much.
Hey, buddy.
I just
I know,
upload-
right? I'm like, I'm seeing the shitting.
Ah,
The shit.
Baby, and the shitting.
that's the new
Oh,
one.
the shitting. This the baby. Yeah, I'm so glad they're getting along.
Oh my gosh, it's been such a gigantic weight off our shoulders that they've been getting along. They're literally best friends. I've got so many pictures of them just like cuddling with each other and all that, which is crazy because
Good.
I mean it was like over a month. I mean it was like a month or two of just like
integrating
very
them.
tense stuff, yeah, and just really hard work, and it was just like, it was getting miserable. So I'm glad that
Yeah, I was
glad they're
so
okay now.
worried that they were gonna like not get along and you were gonna have to
Yeah,
return her,
well-
and I'd be like,
Well, we were hoping that wasn't gonna happen, but like at worst, like the
well,
reason
like
we got
if
her was
they
to
you don't
help
want
us
them to
with, like,
suffer.
well, no, but like usually, even if it seems very rare that like they like can't like exist in the same space, even if they just like don't interact. So we were thinking the more likely option was they just are around in the apartment, but they're never near each other, and they kind of just like keep apart. Which was gonna suck, because the whole reason we got her was like when we're gone
have
or
a
anything like that, to
friend.
keep to have a friend and not be bored. So if we just got two of them that didn't play with each other, we'd have to play with them both, but double, because it's two different cats. We're like,
Nice.
this is more time than we have. So I'm really glad that it worked out. But yeah,
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
all-
just like with some animals, they'll like just attack each other, and like you don't want
Yeah.
them to live in an environment where it's just like high stress for them. So
Literally.
yeah, but woo, not
Yeah.
the case.
Yeah, no, we've won, even like our neighbors that we've had to watch them, like it's just much more the case generally that the like cats just kind of coexist. So like their cats, they don't attack each other, but they don't like each other. So they were very jealous to like after like a month or a month and a half that they're just like they're perfectly fine. They're like, oh, okay, I guess it's just our cats. They just fucking hate each other. But-
No,
so I'm really glad that's worked out. But
For sure, for sure.
cat personalities in general, a lot of them are just like indifferent to everything. So
yeah,
Exactly.
their cats aren't bad cats or anything. Some cats are just like meh.
no, they are bad. They're evil. They voted
Aw.
for Trump life. I'm just kidding.
Ah, it wants on you.
Ow. She still hasn't figured out how to not use like the claws quite yet. So
Extend them.
Your whole arm is just bloody, like just covered in blood.
You're like, I love you so much.
literally, like, and like she'll come and cuddle with you on the bed at night and stuff. But sometimes she'll just like jump onto your chest and you're like, ah.
Aw, finger knives. Aw, my little baby.
Aw, my chest is abused. But no, it's all turned out really well. So that's been good. But yeah, how's everyone's last couple weeks been, other than work, I guess?
Birthday weekend.
Yeah. How was your birthday weekend?
Stacked, dude. Dated like okay, so
It looked
Friday
so
we saw
busy.
no, literally. Friday was the Minecraft movie. Great time. Afterwards we all
Store day.
yeah, but like after the Minecraft movie we went to the store because we wanted to get like the big they made like a Jack Black action figure and it
Yeah,
just
I
looks
saw
like
that.
him. So it's everyone wanted to
Everyone's
get a
like,
middle-aged
"What is my
man
overweight
figure.
middle-aged man action figure?"
It's sold out
Yeah.
everywhere, dude. They sold it
Yeah,
at the
of
store
course.
for $15
It's a great
and now
idea.
they're on eBay for like $80. It's crazy.
Dude, that
Jeez
movie's gotta be
So-
making so much money.
Oh,
Yeah, we were trying to get
100%.
one just because it looked so stupid, but we couldn't find one anywhere.
Damn.
But that was Friday. Saturday was record store day. Saw a lady have a breakdown at the record store. Felt very bad.
Oh,
Not gonna lie to you. Wicked put out a
couldn't
limited
find her
edition. Wicked put out a limited edition copy of the soundtrack with like one bonus song or something, and then like one vinyl was like glittery green and the other was glittery pink. And so right when I got there was a line already. I got there at 7:40. Mind you, they opened at 10 a.m. So I was like willing to wait because I wanted my stuff. But this lady was like at maybe like fourth or fifth in line. And she was all decked out in Wicked gear. She had like the blanket.
No.
She had the hat with
No.
like the Wicked logo. And I'm like, all right, I know what she's going after.
I wonder.
We got inside.
where are your
and-
Beatles records?
You never know.
Beatles. Do you guys have 21 Savage? So like she walks in, like everyone got let in, And, people are starting to make their purchases, and by the time she goes up, she just breaks down sobbing. I guess our store only got, like, one copy.
One?
And she was just so sad. I felt bad for her, not gonna lie to you. Especially when I don't know how long she was waiting out there, because when I got there, I was maybe 40th in line, and if she was, like, right at the very front, I don't know how long she'd been there.
Someone.
But, yeah, so, like,
someone at the very front.
One of the first, like, 4 or 5 people took one. Yeah, that's crazy. Has to suck. I feel bad for other people, though, because there was one lady on Twitter that said she got at her record store at like 2 in the morning and she camped out. And then by the time they opened, she was like, okay, it's guaranteed I'm going to get the Wicked vinyl. They told everyone in line, if you're trying to get the Wicked vinyl, they're doing a raffle. So you just leave your name and your number, and then they'd pick one
They told after the fact?
After, like, she waited for 8 hours.
That's terrible.
I felt so bad, dude. That's crazy. Got everything I wanted.
Woo!
I got the Dares EP. I had to ask the guy, do you have the Sex EP? No
That's
shame.
very funny.
Yeah.
Do you have latex or?
Yeah, he just kind of smiled. He's like, yeah, I do. Got some other stuff. It's so dumb. But it was fine. Afterwards, I went to a little Chicago tourist place. I got some pins. The lady was a little bizarre, though. She kept petting all the merchandise when I asked her, like, do you guys have pins? And she's like, right here.
My precious.
She was, like, petting buttons, and then the guy got mad, and he's like, and he said, like, some old lady.
I don't want
Dolores.
it anymore. You touched it.
No, he was like, Dolores, pins. Those are buttons. He got all mad, and she's like, I'm so sorry. Please. It's a really bizarre experience, but I still bought them.
High off her ass.
Probably,
Those
to
are
be
not
honest.
Pens.
He
Those
got
are
mad.
Buttons.
He's like, Dolores. I don't know what her name was. I'm just using, like, an old lady.
Dolores, and he slaps her, like, backhands.
Marge!
What did I tell you?
Get it right.
I bought, like, the Chicago Theater sign. I got the Picasso statue, and then I got an Italian beef, yeah. And then afterwards, I went home, and then I went back out to Chicago in the evening. I went to a little bar venue, and I saw my friends, band, and it was fun. It was, like, really intimate. But no, had a good time. A little weird, venue-wise.
Kind of touching bodies, but, intimate.
No. No, that didn't happen. It was a little bizarre, though, because right when we walked into the bar, like, a dog greeted you, and I was like...
What?
Sick.
A dog, like just a dog.
Sick.
And so I paused.
The bouncer is a dog.
I don't mind. Oh, I got to tell you a story about the bouncer, too. I almost got, like, in trouble, which it wasn't that big of a deal, but whatever. No, so a dog came up to me, and I'm like, why is there a dog here? And my friend Jessica's like, oh, like, who doesn't love a bar dog? And I'm like... Okay, so I assumed it was like the owner's dog, but I've never been to a bar that has a dog just walking around.
Me neither.
Super friendly.
Unless they're ones where like everybody's dogs are allowed, then there's like a bunch of dogs. Like
I don't know,
around.
but later I found out because the guy was talking to us. Because like another one of my friends was like, "Oh, can I pet him?" And he's like, "Him? I don't have a him." And we're like, "All right, dude, can we pet the dog?" And it's like, "She's been with me for," and he just starts ranting, and we're like. All right, dude. Later we found out that guy is homeless, and he just brings his dog to the bar. Oh. And we're like, okay.
That checks out.
That checks
out.
Yeah.
There were some people who were coming to use the gym who were like, living out of their car and stuff, and they're like, can I bring my dog? And it was just like a cute little dog, and it was just waddling around. Like this was last week, and my boss came back from like just dinking in the back like he does, and not doing shit back there. And so there was just a dog in the gym when my boss came out.
Yeah, you said dinking earlier for sex, so I was thinking of this being a different action.
I think that's boinking.
Boinking and doinking.
There's a difference, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, so like my boss just sits in the back on his fucking phone. He's not doing anything. But like he came out and there was just a dog in the gym and he's like, and I was like, yeah, I told them they could bring it in. And then
there's just a dog
and then,
using that leg quadricep.
It was just like a little like
pissing
maybe
everywhere.
like it was like maybe like
keeps getting interrupted by the machine coming down.
Like a wiener dog, Chiweenie mix type thing. Little dude just like Chiweenie, like waddling around, and it was like very well behaved. And then like the guy was like, "Can I charge my phone back here? Like we have like chargers for people and stuff." And I was like, "Yeah." And then the guy came back like 10 minutes later, and the dog had an outfit change. Like at first it was wearing a checkered outfit, and then it came back in a puffer vest, and I was like,
dog
"Oh,
is
sweet."
So cool.
Yeah, I was like, his dog, he can come anytime.
Stripped out.
Yeah, I was like, he was sick. He was sick as fuck.
I felt bad though. The guy like kept wanting to talk to us, and then he said he had like a schizophrenic dog, which I was like, "What are you talking about?"
So he's just projecting.
Maybe, I don't know. But then he said he has
This
like two
dog's seeing
different.
people, not me. I'm seeing
He
the people
had
the
two
dog's
different
seeing.
licenses for the dogs, but he's like, it's two different dogs. It's a schizophrenic dog, and I'm like, all right, dude.
It's
But
two
no,
different
so
dogs,
like
and it's
I
the
don't know.
same
I just
image
let
of
him yap, and I'm just like, clearly he just wants a friend. I'm not gonna be like ragging on the guy. But we saw like the first opening band, and then afterwards, some of my friends vaped, so they're like, "Oh, can we go outside and smoke?" And I'm like, I mean, yeah, fine, whatever.
Sick.
Went out there. Also, it was like really hot in that venue, so like it was nice to get out. But I leave the venue, and the bouncer of the venue like chases after me. It looks like a 16-year-old kid. He was clearly like probably over 18 or probably over 21.
Probably
I
to
really
be
don't know.
21, right?
But he's like, excuse me. And I'm like, dude, what? Like, what happened? He's like freaking out. And he's like, you can't be out here with the cup. You can't be out here with the cup. I had a water cup. Like a plastic, just nothing in it, by the way.
You're like, sir, I can't drink alcohol.
I'll literally die, dude.
Yeah.
But I saw the show. I had a cup of water with me. I drank all the water, and I just put the cup in my pocket because I didn't want to just throw it on the floor. And the guy freaks out. He chased after me. He's like, yeah, you got to throw it out. You got to throw it out. Or you can put it on a shelf, and I'll watch you put it on a shelf. And I'm like, dude, just relax. I'll throw it away.
Cringe.
It's fine. So I had to walk back in. I threw out my little cup, and I walked back out, and I told him, like, dude, I almost got arrested. It's so stupid. Like, he was freaking out so badly. I don't know. And then, like, when I left, I tried to say, like, oh, I didn't want to, like, make him feel bad. So when I left, I was like, oh, have a good night. Oh, okay, well, you and I are different.
Yeah.
No, but, like, when I left, I didn't want him to feel bad or anything. So I was like, oh, have a good night. And he just ignored me. And I'm like, all right, this guy sucks, but whatever.
Yeah, like a few days ago, I was cleaning on top of a trash can, and a guy came up to me, was like, hey, how you doing? And I was like, good, you know, because we're supposed to, like, when we're doing a walk around, like, talk to members and engage with them, whatever, blah, blah, blah. He's like, what's your name? And I'm like, Juliana. And he's like, oh, I'm Zach. And I was like, oh, well, nice to meet you. I always greet you at the front, but it's nice to put, like, a name to a face, because in your profile it's a more formal Zachary. And he's like, oh, yeah. And then he's like,
You
so
want
are
me,
you
don't you?
yeah. And then he's like,
Oh,
you
no.
trying to, and literally he was like, you trying to go out sometime? And just right into it. And I was like, what?
Very upfront.
Hell no.
Whoa.
Yeah, and then he's like, I was like, oh, like, I'm okay, right? And he slams the trash can lid. Like, he slams it, and is like, and walks away, and I'm like, and someone, so, like, see, like, in that instance, it's like,
That's so attractive.
I didn't mean to make him feel
Whoa.
bad, but I was like,
Ooh, the way you
made
hit
him
that trash can, I wish that trash can was me.
hot. Yeah, and so then somebody needed an amenity, so I had to go back
Don't
up to
make
the
that
front
sound.
desk because I was working alone, so I had to run back up to the front desk. And like this was the lady I was working with like last day, so she wasn't really working. She was just talking to all her like regulars and friends who were in there, so I wasn't gonna make her work. So I came back, and he was walking out at the same time because I guess I pissed him off so badly that he like left the gym. And so I was
didn't want to
helping.
work out
I can't even
anymore.
live
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Oh.
So like I was helping somebody with the amenity, and then
I
like
hit that
you always
trash
have to
can lid
do.
with the power of an entire workout. Going home.
I'm exhausted. Yeah, it was like, you know, you have to help him with the amenity, and you do your highs and buys, so instinctively I'm like, have a good day. Like, I didn't even see who it was, and then he just like turned and glared at me, and my coworker who was like talking with other members were like, what's his problem? And I'm like, I may have just rejected. Yeah, I was like, and like, you know,
that's
people are
nice.
always like, oh, you could be nice and be like, oh, I'm flattered, but, and I'm like, I don't even owe him that. Like, I don't even have to say
No.
that. I was just like, oh, no, thank
You're
you.
kind of
Like,
yucky looking, dude.
yeah, I mean, he did have like the cul-de-sac hair where it's like fully
Ooh.
like gone here, completely gone,
That's hot.
and like just back here.
It's even
and,
hotter
and,
when you use that hair and slam a trash can.
and his chart said he was just a year older than me. So,
Ooh.
yeah, I was like, oh,
Brother's starving.
yeah, I was like, yeah, no, for real though. Like, I don't get hit on very much there. So it's like, the only people who hit on me are normally 17-year-olds. So I was just
desperate.
like, yeah, I was just impressed somebody around my age, like, asked me out. But I was like, it's probably because he thought I was, like, a teenager. And
Right,
was
yeah,
like,
it's probably because
yeah.
you were, yeah.
Yeah, like, the new girl started this week, and, like, today, like, so many people have already been like, you're so beautiful to her. Like, somebody walked out, came back in, and was like, hey, I just want to thank you for being attractive. And then walked out, and I was like and like, right next to me.
normal blue hair
Like,
girls,
like
you're
yeah, in
ugly.
front of me, they're like, finally, someone good looking. I'm like, okay, have a good day.
You should have been like, what about me?
Yeah, I'm like,
Finally, I can open my eyes at the gym again.
I mean, I know that's why my boss hired her, is because he just wants like eye candy, like that's why he won't let this one girl be moved up to a manager at another club, and she's 19. This other girl, I know for a fact he keeps her around because of that and won't promote her. But the personal trainer, he still comes in every day and works out. He came in and was like, I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. And I'm like, she's 20, bro. She's 20. He's almost 40, mind you. And he's like, I was like, dude. And then he's like, well, what's she trying to do? And I was like, oh, she's doing like medical and billing coding like course right now. And then he's like, that's wifey material. That's wifey material right there. Like, this girl, she's Afro-Latina. The trainer, his girlfriend is also, right? So he has like a type. Like honestly, he has no type. I told you he slept with like 20-year-olds and like 70-year-olds.
Yeah,
but that's like the one he fetishizes the most. That particular demographic. So he was like tweaking when he saw her and was like, "Does she have a man?" And I was like, "I don't know." And he's like, "That wasn't the first thing you asked her, Juliana. You need to be my wingman right now." And I was like, "Dude, she's not gonna be. She does not want." Yeah, and I was like, "She does not want like."
Hey, girl, you want a man? 40-year-old, right now.
Yeah, I was telling her he has like hair plugs, and she's like, "What's that?" And I was like, "Oh, like hair implant, like." Treatment, and then she's like,
"Could you not use context clues on hair plug?"
I don't know. She seems like a nice girl, you know. Like, at least I'm not alone. That's what's like cool to me right now, is that I have somebody there in the morning, and it makes the days go by much faster. But I also do not like get my breaks, unfortunately, because like I need to be up there with her and help her like the whole time. Like, my first few shifts there, they would ditch me. If I ever messed up on anything, they would roast me. So like, I'm just trying to sit there and like help her, and I'm like, you want to try it yourself this time? And like, every time she like messes up on it, which is like, you're new, it's fine. But I'm like, oh man, if I did this on my third day, they'd be like, you've been here 3 days, bitch, like get your shit together. But to be fair, yesterday she just like ditched. She didn't come in at all yesterday. Like, 30 minutes before our shift, she texted our boss, which is like, we have a policy where it's like, you have to call out, like actually make a phone call 1 hour prior to your start time at least. And 30 minutes before, she just like texted and was like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to come in because of my other job, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, other job? I'm like, girl, that's a bad first impression. Like, why are you caring about your other job? You said you put your 2 weeks in already. Like, this should be your priority, right? You should be making a good impression here. But me and my boss think that she just woke up late or like didn't have time to get ready, because like the 2 days she has been here, she's been like struggling. She's been like having a really hard, like she's so tired, she's so out of it. Like, I'll be talking to her about how to like access stuff in the system, do like billing stuff, and she's sitting there and she's like doing the micro sleeps thing, and like she's literally like dozing off. And I'm like, you're gonna have a hard time. It's a hard shift being there at fucking 4 a.m. But like, why did you take it?
Yeah.
I don't like, and so many members have come in and been like, she's not gonna make it, and I'm like, oh my god.
Members are saying it.
Yeah, sleepy ass girl, not gonna make it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, all these people
look at. Get around here.
Nah, yeah, well, they're like, we like looking at her, but she's not. They're like, she's not gonna be able to clean like you. She doesn't seem like the type that's gonna want to like.
She doesn't clean poop like you clean poop.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, when I told her about that stuff, she was like, you clean all this every day? I was like, yes. She was
You're like, look at this picture of pubes I have on my phone.
Did I ever send you that?
No, you never sent it.
Look at this room in the back. It's just for the pubes I find. And it's
I gotta say, I literally, it was like 6 a.m. and like sent it to my boss and was like, look what I was greeted with. He just like ignores it. He ignores my messages so much. Like the other night, I was like, yeah, I might be dragging. I was like, I'm in the hospital with my cousin right now. My boss just like ignored my message. Like, and then my boss was like, you look tired today for once. And I was like, oh yeah, I've only slept 4 hours in like the last 3 days. So yeah, I am a little tired. And then he was like, oh, was that about that message you sent the other day? I was like, Yeah, thanks
Something
for
about a
asking.
hospital, I don't care.
Yeah, I was like, thanks for checking, man. I appreciate it. Dude does not fucking care. He's more upset that they're taking away his laptop. Corporate just announced they're taking away the laptop, so that's like where he uses it in the back, and he uses it as an excuse to go do club paperwork back there. And they're like, now you have to use the computer that's out here with everybody else. So he's like, whoa, wait, I have to work?
That's not
I have
fair.
to work with everyone else? Yeah.
So you were at the hospital? What happened? Oh, well, my cousin... Yeah, they're taking away my laptop. They're taking it away.
Yeah, that's exactly how he's like, more
Can you believe
importantly. Yeah, he's like, more
Can you believe this?
importantly.
Oh, kill me. Anyway, what about...
Yeah.
I got some bad news too. Did you hear about my laptop?
That's how he was. I was
I
like,
almost
dude.
felt close to death when they took away my laptop.
I know, right? I was like, yeah. I was like, I've been very busy helping my family out and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, yeah. So, like, are you going to be able to, like, train this girl with blah, blah, blah? Like, yesterday, when she called out, if someone calls out in the morning, that means there's just one person there for most of their shift. And my boss is supposed to come in slightly earlier to relieve me for my lunch. So at the 5-hour mark, legally, you're supposed to get your lunch. And he's like, oh, we'll just, like, do a late punch-in and say you took it at that time. I just didn't get my lunch until way later because my boss just showed up at his normal start time. And then right when he got there, like, I had to pee so badly. And I was like, oh, you're here. And he's like, I have to go do something in the back. Man went straight to the fucking bathroom for 10 minutes. And then he's like, yeah, I'll just have you clock out for your lunch in, like, 15 now instead of like taking a 15-minute break so I can pee. But like as soon as he got out of the bathroom, I was literally sitting by the bathroom like hovering, and I was like, I need to use the bathroom. And he's like, oh jeez. And I was like, dude, I've been here since fucking 4 a.m. Fuck off. I was like, you just came in at 9:30. Shut up. I was like, dude, now you're making me take my lunch like 30 minutes late. Thank you for your help. And then my boss, he's out in the office. So I'm still alone in the front, and he's like, yeah, so, like, I have a meeting, and then also, I need my lunch now. So, like, he'd only been there for 2 hours, and he's like, I need to take my lunch so that, like, I can make sure I get it and my meeting doesn't interrupt it. His lunch is an hour long, so he was just out working out, and he just left me alone for 3 more hours. And then, because our assistant manager quit, and he doesn't know that, my assistant manager has just been having car trouble, so... He was like, hey, so, like, nobody's gonna cover the front desk during, like, my meeting and stuff. So, like, can you stay 2 hours after your shift and cover the desk? So I was alone for, like, 7 hours just running the gym by myself yesterday. And I was like, thanks, bro. Thanks, man.
This is not good.
Awesome. Yeah. After he made me go home early multiple times last week, even though... Like, one of my other coworkers doesn't look at our, like, app where our schedulers are posted. They schedule stuff, and they change our schedules all the time, so he thinks he's just on the consistent schedule he's had, but in reality it changed. So he was supposed to be coming in at 5, and he was coming in at, like, 1 o'clock. So he just clocked in and just stayed on all that time. So he poached a bunch of my hours from last week, because we share hours as a club amongst, like, the employees. So he just took them. And so my boss was like, yeah, so, like, people are going to go over on hours. So, yeah, you can just clock out and go home. And I was like, at 9 a.m.? What, you're making me leave right now? And then he's like, yeah.
Yep.
And I was like, what the fuck? And, yeah, and then, like, yesterday I came and worked out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, I worked out last night there, and then that same guy who was, like, taking all my hours from last week was there again last night and got, like, called in to get extra hours. So he's actually getting overtime. When I've been begging my boss where I was like, hey, since, like, the new girl is skipping multiple days, can I have her hours? And my boss was like, oh, maybe. Gave them to the other guy. Made me work, like, extra all in, like, one segment, and then, like, clean and run the front. And, like, the gym was super dirty, so I was running around having to do, like, way more all by myself all day. And then he's like, yeah, so anyways, we're gonna have you clock out early since you did all the work already. I'm like, this guy is...
Ooh.
Yeah, and they're offering him a regional position. They're offering to promote him. So, because of how good our club is doing, and it's not because of him. It's because of legitimately me and the girl who's the lead, and they're refusing to move the lead up to an assistant manager position, and they're refusing to move me up to a lead position, and they told the girl, sorry, this is just a big ranting yap, but they told the girl they were going to move her over to one of the other clubs. And they're like, you're in the running for this. And then they told her she hadn't done anything, like, outstanding enough to get it. And then she's like, I do all of, like, the work for the boss because he's too lazy and he unloads a bunch of it onto me. And then the boss was like, don't tell them that. Don't tell the people, like, don't tell the regional. Yeah, so it's like, don't tell them that. So now she has nothing to prove that she's capable of the job because it'll make him look bad. So she's like, what the fuck, right? So they hired somebody from outside of the company. That guy got in a car accident. He literally 1 week working there. He was working there 3 days, I think. And then he got in a car accident. And then he's like, I'll be back in like on Monday or whatever. And then he called, no showed. And then was like, yeah, it's just like not a good fit for me. So he worked there 3 days and they already had to hire a new person. So they're hiring somebody else who's a different lead right now. Who the reason they have quantitative evidence that he would be a good fit is that he tells members who are like his little favorites to leave a bad review for their club, and then he'll call them and say, oh, so-and-so resolved this issue for me, and then they'll change the review to a good review. And so corporate will see that it went from bad to good, and then it has his name listed there as a problem solver. So that is why they're moving him up, because of that. So he's literally lying. He got it by lying. And so, yeah. So, you know, I think justifiably, like, my lead, she's pissed right now because of that. So
I don't blame her.
Very, very unfair to her. So, yeah. So, but I got a job offer. So I'm leaving.
Yeah, you said you interviewed and it went well, and then they kind of basically offered it. So you've taken it then?
So I'm accepting
Kaiser
it.
Permanente?
It's through like a company that like contracts through Kaiser. So like somebody who I worked with at Kaiser basically referred me for this one. It's like healthcare admin assistant type work. I'm not even going to get into what it is because I'm not even sure of the full job responsibilities yet. But like you have to do a contract through a temp agency, and basically once you complete the probationary period and prove that you can do it, you'll be brought on as an employee through JLL. So right now I'm having to do stuff through the temp agency. I don't know when I'm going to start because you have to go through like all the temp agency processing and be brought on through that. So I don't know when I'm even going to put in my 2 weeks because I don't know how long it's going to take for them to process it. But as soon as it goes through, I am in the clear and I'm going to leave and I'm going to start with them. So
good.
Yeah, you know, an hourly job at a gym, you don't have to put in 2 weeks. You can just quit.
The thing is, I'm training this new girl up, and I don't want to burn bridges because this is the gym I work out at. It's right next to my house. Yeah, so I want to make sure she's like trained up the best I can, just to be considerate to her, and then also just so they don't like revoke my membership and like ban me from there because they're fucking petty. I was like, because they're petty and they would do shit like that.
Really? The people that hired someone because he said the N-word is petty? That's crazy. I never would have imagined that.
Yep. Yeah.
Welcome
sorry
to the podcast.
Yeah, so I was like, sorry for the big ass rant, but yeah, that's. I don't know if that's how it is everywhere with Planet Fitness, but that's the vibe I get. Like, so yeah, today I went and helped out at one of their locations, and they had like 12 employees, and their club was like slightly smaller than ours. We have 4 people working at our club now this week. So I was like, why are there so many people fucking here? And they were all just hiding behind the management staff, like the lead, the assistant manager, and the manager. Like, I tried to talk to them. They were all clearly like 19-year-olds, and I was like, hey, and they were all just like, and were acting really nervous, and like they didn't know what they were doing. And I walked in and they just made me do stuff. And I was like, this is not the gym I work with. I don't know how your stuff is oriented. And then they just had me do it for them, for these like dumbasses who work there. And I'm like, what is this? Yeah, I was like, okay. And then the regional hater, she came in and was like just micromanaging me. She was like, do you need anything? She's like, literally a minute before I was struggling to reach a tanning solution that was too high for me. She saw me and like just ignored it. And then she saw me have to climb on the counter to get it and then get it. And then she, like 5 minutes later, she came by and was like, did you need me to get any of these tanning things for you? Because I asked the manager, I was like, oh, do you have a log that shows the breakdown of the pricing of all of your merchandise? And the manager was like, oh, we should. But we don't. So then I was like, oh, so I have to look up in your system the names of each of these products and then tell her one by one what each of these 12 tanning solutions are and the price of the bottles and their packets. So, like, by the time I was done telling them to her, she was, like, so overwhelmed with all the information I gave her. She was like, can you just grab that one and, like, I'll look at what's on the back of it. It's, like, too high for me. And the regional just watched me struggle to get it. And then she came over and she's like, do you need anything? And I was like, no. And then she's like, okay, are you doing this right? And I was like, yes. And then, like, this lady came in and was speaking Punjabi. And, like, I was like, I don't know what she's saying. But she was like, something, something, two. Something, something, two. And I'm like, and at this club, they have 3 things that are labeled 2. They have the red light therapy room, a lay down hydro bed, and a massage bed. And they're all listed as 2. So I'm like, it could be any of those things. So I was trying to describe it, and I was like, flat bed, lay down. And she's like, something, something, 2. Something, something, 2. So she's clearly a regular, and they just, like, know to start it for her. And no one was there because they were all in a meeting. All 12 of these motherfuckers are all there. So I was like, so I just started her on 2, and then she came back and was like yelling and was like, something, something, 2, something, something, 2. And then there was a lineup of a bunch of people, and our regional, she wasn't helping me get through all these people, and said, she was like, you put her on the wrong thing. And I was like, okay, yeah, because I don't understand her. You can try to ask her what she wants. And then, like, the lady was saying something to the regional, and, like, clearly she didn't understand it. So she was like, I think she wants the lay down number 2. And I was like, no, Shannon, that's the one I put her on. That's the one I put her on. And then she's like, well, ma'am, I'll put in my own personal code on that one and get that started for you. And then she saw it was, like, already up. And then she was like, wait, what? And I was like, Shannon, that's what I just said. That's not the one she wants. So clearly she wants the massage chair. I'll get that started for you, ma'am. And then the lady went back there and was like, it was fine. But then she looked in the kiosk and she saw that I used Anita's code. That's my worker at my club. And then she's like, Anita's not here. Why is Anita's code in here? And I was like, because the lady didn't put in her own code, so I needed to just start it for her. And I already am using my code on this one because it didn't work on that one, remember? But yeah. Because it was already going, so you can't cancel it once it's started. But yeah. So the regional just likes to come in and micromanage like that, and it, like, drives me nuts because I'm like, oh god, you're so disconnected from, like, how stuff actually operates at the club that I'm like, just shut the fuck up and go away. And then she's like, girl, time to clock out and get some pizza. And I was like, I can't have it. Literally, I've told you this already. Every time she comes and tries to bring me fucking pizza, and I'm like, I can't have it. And every time she forgets. And I'm like, I'm not even going to bother explaining it to her again. But I was like, I already had pizza for lunch, which I did. And I was like, get out. That was my reward for coming and helping at their club, was that she's like, yeah, you're gonna get your little treat. We got you pizza. And I'm like, God. Yeah. Love it.
Keeping every Planet Fitness running in the tri-state area.
Yeah.
Entire Washington's Planet Fitness pyramid is being run by one 5-foot girl.
Oh god, it feels like it sometimes. It was so funny because, like, all the people from that club came out and they were like, wow, you're doing so much. Sorry, it was so swamped out here. And they're still, like, not helping. They're still, like, away from the counter and just chatting with each other and still making me do shit by myself behind there, even though they're all standing there and they're all just watching me, all 12 of them. And I was like, anyone can come in at any point. You guys are all on the fucking clock right now.
You're doing good. Keep it up.
Yeah. And then, like, Shannon, like, I came into their facility and started clocking on, and Shannon's like, oh, you weren't clocked in? And I was like, no, they made me clock out because, like, managers and stuff, they all get to stay on the clock while they're commuting in between clubs, like, if they're helping anywhere. And I'm like, no, they don't fucking let me. So she's like, oh, that's a bummer. And I'm like, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because we have to share the hours between our clubs, so I can't just, like, take them from the other people, except they can all take them from me. But I can't say. Funny. It's great. Anyways, I went to the 5-year-old birthday party at this very fancy bougie place called the Twinkleland Cafe. And my cousin sent the link for it, and then she's like, so everyone, we're going to be meeting at Twinkleland Cafe. And I was like, the what?
Twinkland.
The what? And like, and it was in the family chat, so like I couldn't even like laugh at it. But I was like, oh, we're going where now? But Yeah, but then, like, my cousin, like, we had pizza, because, like, that one baby I watched, she's got, like, the same allergies as me, so we got a pizza that we could both have, with, like, the cheese we could have and stuff we could have, and so I was like, oh, do you want to bring any of this with you? And she's like, yeah, I'll bring it with me when we go to the park to meet the baby's dad, which, like, they've been, like, no contact, and she hasn't seen him in months, so I was like, what? And I just didn't want to ask about it and didn't want to say anything, so I was like, oh, okay, so I just, like, cut her some slices and bagged them. And I was like, interesting. And then my other cousin, her brother, I guess he went with her. And yeah, he was serving him the divorce papers. So they've been trying to find this man for months and get him to, like, yeah, they've been trying to, yeah, kind of just like blindside him with it. And so they finally did. They finally got him.
It's your baby's birthday, but
yeah, so like that one wasn't even it wasn't her birthday, but it was like he was just meeting for a play date because they haven't seen each other in so long. So like he came and they just kind of, you know, they were like, all right, got him. We finally got him. And I didn't even want to ask how it went because this guy's like a fucking psycho. So I assume not well. So my cousin went from serving him papers and then he drove home. And that's when the guy driving like 77 miles per hour just smashed into his car when he was going through an intersection. The guy was evading police and like smashed my cousin's car and like, yeah, almost killed my cousin. So
dude.
he went from that straight into that. But like fortunately
he wasn't why she was in the hospital?
Yeah, that's why he was in the hospital.
Okay.
But fortunately he wasn't with his wife and baby. So like he drove separately from them to like the party and then straight to that park and then straight home. So like at least those two weren't in the car, but yeah, it was. He basically said he thought he was gonna die because like all the air got compressed out of his lungs, and then some of it was trapped like in his chest cavity. So he's got like a lot here right now, and hopefully it'll like dissipate on its own, and like it'll be fine, and they won't have to do anything to like puncture it and release it. But like yeah, he's miraculously like I'll show you the pictures of his car. It's fucking like the police and like the people who like rescued him were like you're like really lucky because like they happened to hit you in a way where the airbags deployed and like protected him the way they were supposed to. But yeah, minor fractures, and then right now the only like complication, because he's in stable like condition now, but the only complication is that like he's got internal bleeding. His spleen is bleeding and they're worried about like blood poisoning, so they're like heavily monitoring that. And they said they might try to like cauterize it with radiation. I didn't even know that was a thing, but like they were saying that's what they're gonna try to do. So like yeah, he's doing a lot better, but I guess when the paramedics came, like he couldn't breathe. They put like the oxygen mask on him, and then he was like better after that. But like he was like wheezing and was like, "Tell my wife I love her," and like literally like that was like what he said before he was like passing out. And yeah, but he's okay now. He looks like really bad, but like he's gonna be okay. So woo!
Yippee!
Yippee!
That's so scary, dude. Jeez.
Yeah. So those assholes fucking evading the police. They caught both the guys.
Okay.
Yeah. The driver fled, and then the passenger was like incapacitated, like passed out in the car. So they immediately like detained him. But then the driver ran on foot, and they were able to find him like 20 minutes later. So like there wasn't much he could go, but unfortunately my cousin was literally like 4 turns away from his house, so he was literally like right there. Like there's this one big intersection before he gets to his neighborhood, which is just like a few turns, and it was at that fucking intersection. So I was like, man. But you know, that's how it goes. He'll have to get a new car, and hopefully insurance is...
Yeah, I was going to say hopefully insurance is on his
hopefully
good
they're
side.
gracious with him and they take some pity on him. Speaking of insurance, I saw something in the mail today where my mom, for her colonoscopy, she was charged like $5,800 for it. So, whoo! That's, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm like, what the fuck is up with that? But yeah,
there's a picture of someone's medical bill, and it was like 18,000 something, and then after insurance, and the insurance company paid like 18,000 something, and the only thing that the guy had to pay was like $700.
Like, yeah,
it's crazy. Like, why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's the way all my medicine is. Yeah.
I know, but it's
I
so
don't
evil.
understand how that works.
Evil.
It is evil.
healthcare industries, they're fucking vultures.
You know what's crazy? If you're at the hospital and they give you a bill and you legitimately just say, I can't afford this, they adjust it right there on the spot. I didn't know that's a thing.
They do?
Yeah, you could just be like, I can't pay this,
I
can't afford that, and they'll adjust it. They're like, okay. I was just kidding about those numbers.
Those were my kidding numbers.
You're pulling my arm. You got me. I'll do it.
$6.
I'm dying. Okay. You got me.
Okay.
$6 off. That's $20. The family price.
Yeah, we didn't know that insurance wasn't going to cover it, obviously. Like, they didn't tell us that. It's because it's her second one, because her first one... there was issues with it. They went in and they were like, oh, you have diverticulitis and we can't go in there because there's pus and open
Ew.
Yeah, anyways, they were like, there's things that we don't want to puncture, so we're gonna give you these antibiotics to reduce it and then come back again and we'll do it after that.
Fast again.
So they did that, and you remember how big of a baby my mom was with it. I told you about how the whole process was she was acting like she was fucking dying, and I'm like, it's not that bad. But she made a big stink about it, so when she comes home tonight and I show her the bill, I'll have to tell you guys how she reacts. she didn't want to fucking do it to start out with.
Again.
Yeah, it's she didn't want to do it to start out with. They made her do it because they were like, oh, we need to do the upkeep and check up and see if the diverticulitis is cleared out and see anything else further up that we didn't get to examine before. So, yeah, the fact that they made her do it and then they were like, yeah, insurance only covers one. Then we're
By the way, after it's done.
Yeah, great to know. Great to know.
Dude, that sucks.
I didn't know that, so I'm like...
I was not aware.
Yeah, I was like, great. I think it's after, it's a certain period where they only cover them if you do it within this amount, because then I don't know, what if somebody has fucking colon cancer though and they have to consistently monitor it? I don't.
That's what I thought, but
yeah, but
it just gets adjusted. Well, at least on my end, when I've had that kind of stuff, you just have to they just got the insurance does what they normally do, which is fuck people over. So you just have to make a fuss, and then it all goes away. But it just is. All the amount of work I go through on bills, and I'm like, how would an old person or a child ever be able to fucking do this?
I know.
It's impossible. There's
True.
no way.
Or people where it's English isn't a first language and you don't have a way to properly navigate that lingo they're using and shit. Yeah. It's just what the... That's
or if
so
you just
messed
don't,
up.
Don't know and I'm not doing a lot of the work. If I I'll probably do half the work, but a lot of times it's just something the doctor can take care of. They'll make the phone call, but it's only that particular doctor. I just happen to have a good doctor on that side, so yeah.
Who's willing to help you?
Yeah, because if a doctor's just
cool.
don't care, then I don't know what the hell you're gonna fucking do.
That's why I'm glad I'm not working directly on the medical side of Kaiser. I liked working in their pharmacy, but they've got dumb policies with oh, we only want our patients to be in an appointment for 13 minutes, and they'll get the doctors in trouble if they go over. So it's just a lot of them jumping through hoops and being oh, we're gonna send you to this specialist, and then that specialist won't even take the time to look in their chart because that's too involved, and they'll just ask the person the same questions over and over, and it'll just be the same appointment over and over, and they'll just send them to a different person over and over, and they'll be see you in 6 months, and it never gets resolved. That's a very common thing that I saw a lot of patients experience, and so it was
horrible.
Frustrating to hear them complain about that. On you're just I feel bad, and then also having to deny people medication when it's maintenance drugs, and you're oh, you have to see your doctor to get this refill. We can't just refill it. They have to approve it, and for that you have to have an appointment, and that appointment is going to take 4 weeks to get, and it's just and it's explaining
cycle,
that to people.
dude.
Yeah, you feel so bad for them, and it's these people have diabetes. They're gonna have complications if they don't get these drugs, and they're but the doctor's we gotta check their blah 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 levels, their A1C levels, and we gotta do this, and normally they're pretty consistent if they're taking the medication and doing all the maintenance stuff they're supposed to, but the doctors are we have to double check. And they're in case we have to adjust it and blah 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 dosages or anything, and so working with that sucked. And then also when insurance wouldn't cover certain things, for example, you're just oh yeah, that's gonna cost this, and people are I can't afford that, and it's literally one little bottle of pills is $2,000, and you're just they need this, this is chemo, like they have to have this pill for treatment, and then they just like opt out of it, and they're just like, oh, I'll get it later, I'll see if my insurance can take care of it, and then it takes forever to get to insurance, and you have to jump through all these hoops to even contact them half the time. And so now I'm happy to be working like medically adjacent, where you're still like, I feel like I'm helping, but I'm not like directly on the patient level where you have to like feel bad denying people things.
Yeah.
So yeah, mine is like building operations. So I'll be sending out work orders to like the maintenance teams who like manage the buildings. So that'll be cool. So
it's better than the other one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So
the other one just sounds depressing.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was like you do it to help people, but then so often there's like all these barriers where you feel like you're more like a hindrance, and then like you see people like coming back for narcotics like over and over again after like a procedure, and you're like, you're watching the addiction, and you're watching people have all these side effects from the medications you're giving them, and they're coming in getting more medications for those medications, and you're just like, this system feels so broken. I just did this to help them, and
that's
you
so
watch
sad.
people get sicker and sicker, and you're like, oh my god. But
I'm not a fan.
yeah, it's hard. Medical field is hard for that. You gotta
I
like
can imagine.
compartmentalize that in a way. But sorry, I'm just yapping so much. Did you do anything else for your birthday, Nick, that was more lighthearted?
On Sunday we went to a flea market. I love flea markets so much. Saw a lot of junk. I bought... Oh man, I can't even show you guys. I don't know where it's at. There's this lady who had 3 bins of toys, and if they have a toy bin, yeah, of course I'm going to look through it.
Gotta browse.
Right at the very top, there is a Asian man holding a computer figure. No marking on it, no copyright. I thought it's from a movie or something. Office Space, maybe. No. It's just an Asian guy holding a computer. So I giggled at it, and I walked away, and I was, like, down the aisle, and I'm like, I have to buy that. No one's going to believe me that I saw that. Now I don't know where I put it. I put it somewhere, but I do have it.
Sure,
Aw.
okay, whatever.
I paid $1 for it, and the lady's
Did
like,
you?
that one? I
That
did!
one?
I did.
Like
Okay,
if you
but-
try to Google, like if you do like the Google scan.
I don't
of
want
the
to Google
image-
lens it.
Yeah, you know what?
I
yeah,
want to live
yeah, you're like,
obliviously.
that's funny. Even
It's just
better.
like a happy little Asian guy with the computer. He doesn't bend or anything. He whispers to me at night. It's awesome.
He's possessed.
Yeah, no,
Typing
we
on
went.
the computer at night.
So there was that, and then in the evening we went to Rico Benny's, which is like a famous like.
The sandwich,
Yeah,
the
the-
big fat. That
Dude,
looks
that
so
sandwich
bomb.
weighed like 6 pounds. It was crazy. I did not finish
Newborn.
it. Yeah, no, literally. I was like, dude, what is this? Because my mom was
6
like,
pounds.
it's huge, dude. So they have like,
Gross.
they have a no, it's so
Gross.
good. It's so
Did you
good.
see what it looked like? That thing was fat. It
Yeah,
was
did you see it?
massive.
I don't
I guess
think Daniel
not.
saw it. No. I got a picture of it somewhere. I'll send it to you. But like, they have a regular one, and then my mom's
I'm
like,
5 days behind, so if it's happened in the last 5 days,
yeah,
then
it was
it's in
it was
there.
last 5 days. But like, my mom, like, I went with my mom, my dad, and my aunt, and everyone got a regular. But my mom's like, get Nick the king sized. And I was like,
And the
all right.
Mondo big boy.
She's like, hey, fatty, get the bigger one. So I was like, all right.
Ah,
So she ordered the king size one. It has like 4 steaks in there. It's crazy. Probably not. It's probably 2 and they were like folded, but still, like when you look at it, it's 4. and
it's
I'm
got
like,
a whole
what is
baby
that?
cow.
Dude, it was so heavy. It was nuts.
Oh my god.
But they have like a sign outside that says like the best sandwich in the world from like one of the
I'll be the
newspapers.
judge of that.
Dude, honestly, lives up to the hype. There was a line that like
Nice.
there was a line outside that establishment the entire time we were there, and they're constantly just getting sandwiches out, but
Dang.
it was crazy. People were fighting for tables. There's people dressed up in costumes. We saw like
Oh,
Mario,
yeah.
Luigi, Princess Peach, Daisy, Waluigi, Wario, Donkey
The whole
Kong.
gang.
Everyone. The Mushroom was even there.
There
There was a girl
no
dressed up as
convention or
breakfast.
anything.
I don't know what was going on. Maybe there was. Oh, you know what? Maybe C2E2. You know what? I think you're right.
No, they were all
Oh.
there organically.
C2E2. Yeah, maybe
They dressed
Mario
up
wanted
to
a
get
good sandwich.
sandwiches.
I guess so. No kidding. Oh my god. You just reminded me. C2E2 is this weekend. That's our Comic-Con.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. That makes so much
Oh
sense.
my god, you just literally put everything together. I didn't even think about it. It's crazy because I knew a few people that went to C2E2. That's nuts. Yeah, okay, that's the reason. I didn't know what was going on, but I was like, okay. But then I don't know, dude.
I'm tripping.
I don't know, because I have friends that aren't like into comic books, but I saw them dressed up in costumes. They all dressed up as the Minions, and they were on like the train, and everyone's like laughing.
Comic-Con is just so fun for just like dressing up like as anything.
Yeah,
anything.
I don't know.
It's an excuse to just play dress up, especially if it's like themed one, like the people who did all of the Mario.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like
It's
ones,
so goofy.
That's so fun. I love when people are dressed up as like Mystery Inc. like
There
team.
was a lot of things going on this week, and there was like there was Comic-Con, and then there was Exotica, which is the the porn convention that was there this weekend.
Oh.
And then
Did
there's
they-
something
a
else.
particular person was going wild for that one.
Oh.
Who? It wasn't me. And then
I
there's
know.
some other stuff. I'm trying to think. I don't know. I can't remember, but like, it was great.
He's just
and
having
then
too much fun.
I'm just having too much fun, dude. And then yesterday, I went to a garage sale, or like an estate sale, and this lady had like a box of cameras, and I'm like, oh my god, I found this big old like vintage, like carrying case. So I go in it, and I find this bad boy, which is like the old school video cameras.
Yeah, I saw that.
So
snap.
sick.
Crazy. And
About
so,
to make some home videos.
no, I'm not. But like, no. So I asked the lady. I was like, "How much?" And the lady's like, I don't know, $10." And I'm like, "Okay,
Dang.
cool." So I came home. So when I was buying it, I noticed the lady and like, I don't know if it was her husband or boyfriend or whatever. They were like kind of like talking amongst themselves, just like whispering, and they're like, and I was like, I'm trying to make out what they're saying, and I look, and the guy's like, he's mouthing "doesn't work" after I gave the money, and I'm like, dude, it doesn't
Aw.
work, whatever. But I came home, I plugged it in, it didn't turn on, and I was really bummed out because I'm like, damn, I really just I bought a broken camera.
You're like, I guess I'll get it for aesthetics.
And then I was looking at it, and they installed the battery upside down, this one right here. So I just turned the battery around, and it works. It works perfectly. It lights up.
Nice.
is-
They scam themselves.
Exactly.
That's
They're
what
like,
you get.
$10.
That's what-
They're like, yeah, that idiot bought a broken camera. No, I bought a working camera. You guys put the battery wrong.
You dummies.
What's
Gimme.
crazy is it came with, so like this takes tape, like little mini VHS tapes.
Yeah.
I didn't see any like when I opened it up, but then I was looking through the bag and I actually found one.
Oh, is there
little-
sus stuff on it?
I don't know. I'm a little scared to watch
You
it,
haven't
but there's
looked
like
yet?
one mystery tape. I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Oh.
I'll let you know what it is, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't want to like watch it and be like, oh no, just some dude whacking off. This is for you, Cheryl. Like I don't want to see that, but like I don't know. So we'll
It's
see.
probably gonna be like their family videos. It's gonna be like the child's first steps, and you're like,
know
all right,
what?
erase.
What do you? Yeah, let me record over it.
Yeah, I need this.
I need a film now. Do I? If I always think about that because like I always see people either at like thrift stores or Goodwill, they'll donate like photo albums, but they have the family pictures in them, and I always feel
Oh.
kind of guilty of like, do they know or do they just hate their family? Or, like, do they want this back or?
Or
always feel-
maybe they like passed away and the people were just
It's
donating
so
a big
sad,
box
dude.
of
They're like,
stuff.
I don't care about grandma. Like what? I don't know. I don't know if that's the case or not. But in this case, I don't know if I should go back if it's something sentimental.
Maybe
What if
you'll
it's
have to
not? What if
watch-
it's like, hey, this is a video of like your grandpa whacking off. Do you want it back?
You should.
And then they could say like yes or no.
And then they'll be like, wait, how you got the camera to work? Give me $100 more.
Yeah, you actually got to pay me back more after saying that. I don't know.
Aw.
We'll see. We'll see what's on it. I'll keep you guys posted. I'm a little scared, but hopefully it's fine.
It's gonna be like the Ring video.
I die in a week. Awesome. No, but that was mainly it. Birthday weekend went crazy. The Discord is fake, by the way. No one wished me happy birthday. I hate all of them.
Oh no! Fake fans.
Fake fans.
Actually fake fans.
Fake fans. Actual fake fans. Insulting.
You can tell them that too, Daniel.
Yeah, tell them. Call them fake.
No,
He's like, they give us money.
I never have time to be in there. I feel bad. But
I feel bad too.
Well, I've been busy like all throughout the past like few months. I mean, you guys know I'm always doing something, but I think things are starting to calm down now, so I could probably be a little more active in there.
I'm just at work all the time, but maybe with this new job, I'm gonna have like a normal human schedule.
Exactly, where I
and
could
things
actually,
are gonna
like-
be chill.
Mm-hmm.
Very excited to
Every now
just,
and
like
then
have
people.
a life.
Yeah, exactly. Every now and then people ask questions and they at me, and I get back to them like 2 days later. I
Yeah,
feel bad.
same when it's like one where it's like I see it directly pop up in my notifications, and I'm like, nice, okay.
I
But-
used
Someone
to-
that was like-
Is Lively alive?
Yeah. Are you?
Barely.
Oh, okay.
That one like screenshot I sent you guys where it's like, man, already April. Time sure flies when you work every fucking day of your fucking life. And I'm like, yes. Boy, is that how it feels.
There is a person that added me, and they're like, how old is Daniel and Lively and you? Because they thought I was, like, in my 30s, I think, or something.
Oh, damn.
Or they said, like, I looked old, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Thank you.
So I replied, I'm like, Daniel and Lively are in their mid-40s, and I am 6 years old. They didn't reply or anything.
So
or I
many
think they
people,
just put, like, okay.
So many people, when they find out my age, are like, oh, you look really good for your age. You look really young. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not even old. It's always people who are, like, in their early 20s or, like, teenagers and stuff. But
I was going to say, I don't think you look, like, rough for
yeah,
your age.
everybody always,
You should look good for your age.
Exactly. I was like, aren't we, like, in our prime right now? Like,
we're in our 20s, dude.
yeah,
What?
I was like, wait, uh-oh. Yeah, I think it's because they always they assume, at least, that I'm their age, like I'm early 20s or something, and they're always like, oh, I thought you were a lot younger, but yeah, that means you look good. You look good, girl. And I'm like, meh.
I think
okay.
you look good is, like, when you're, like, hitting 40s, like 41, that's when, like, that compliment starts coming
Yeah,
out. It's
exactly.
like, oh, you look good.
Yeah, I'm like,
All right.
I don't know. People are all like, your 30s or your new 20s because people are coming under their own, like, later in life now because our youths are stripped away. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping I get to relive my 20s and my 30s. Woo! hell yeah. Have fun instead of being sick
Isn't
my
it
entire
crazy
20s.
that we just got robbed?
Yeah.
You ever think about that?
Yeah.
We just lost a few years.
Yeah. It's like, wow,
Because
that
of
like
COVID?
yeah, those were supposed to be like the best years of our lives, like our mid-20s. I'm like,
just
God damn
stripped.
it! I was like, it was like when COVID started. I think I was like turned 21, like was like right before things started getting shitty, like for my health. So like I wasn't going out very much because of that, and then it was like. I'm like, all right, this is when I would be going out and doing more nightlife stuff and young 20-year-old stuff, and then I was sick, and then it was like pandemic, and it was like completely.
Dude, you
like,
guys are back to back. That's crazy.
Completely just prevented any possibility of going out, and then it was like progressively got more sick, and then it's like, oh, now I'm just finally starting to function like a normal human. All right, and they're like, so anyways, you ready to get back on top of everything? Get this ball rolling? Why can't you get any jobs? And it's like, oh, I have a gap in my resume. And they're like, well, that's not our fucking fault. And I'm like, yeah, it's not my fault either.
The world closed. What
Yeah,
do you
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
and then they're like, anyways, everything's back to normal now. You have to function. All right, come on.
Get
And
to
they're
it.
just like, yep. They're like
You know what's
pushing you
crazy?
off the cliff. What?
Dude, like, schools don't have off days anymore because, like, we instilled Zoom and everything now. So if, like, there's a snow day or something, kids just have to, like, go on Zoom. That's crazy. They don't have, like, a day off
Really?
anymore. There's no more
That's
snow
like a new
days.
initiative. That's crazy.
Unless
I
you
didn't
don't
know
have,
that.
like, a school computer or something, but at least over
guess-
here, like, I was passing by the high school, and there's, like, they have a big billboard with, like, the LED signs. And one day we got snow, like, really, really bad. And it says, like, oh, like, classes through Zoom for the next, like, 3 days or so. And I'm like,
Whoa.
they can't just enjoy, like, a snow day? I remember, like, being so happy when it snowed really badly.
Same. And then, like, especially if you're, like, an elementary school kid, you get to, like, play in the snow all day.
Exactly!
Yeah.
I was grown and I was playing in the snow. I didn't care. I was making snowmen. Who cares?
I know.
Whatever. So sad.
That actually kind of... They're just sucking the youth out of everyone, I guess. all generations.
R.I.P.
Love it. Daniel, why have you been so busy lately?
Uplifting.
Sorry.
It's not bad. Just
Give us
Any
a jolly
reason?
story.
Yeah, I was like, any reason you've been busy, good or bad?
just work. It's just been really bad
Woo.
continuously since it started. So it's just need a point to relax at some point eventually. But yeah, one
Please
thing
relax.
after another. So no time. But
No, it's not
I
fair.
mean, thankfully we have another month gap because of tariffs. I guess are kind of like sort of paused, but it's just like another. There's just fires being put out, and there's gonna have to be conversations at some point, like you know, there's just like no young people at this company because like there used to be. Well, I mean, it's so big, I can't say this company, but like in this specific group, it's like I'm still like the youngest and newest person, and everyone's so busy. They're great people, but everyone's so busy, and we're so spread thin. Like no one has time to train anything, so everything for the last like 6 years has just been like thrown into the deep end, which I do fine with, and I've done well with.
You like wet behind the ears after 6 years of being there. They're like, yeah, he's still a newbie.
Well, because like it always keeps changing, which is like good and bad. So I mean, it's like in the first job, when did I graduate? What year is it? So the first job was 2019. The first job was 2019 to 2020. The next job was 2020 to 2022. Next job was 2022 to 2023, 24-ish, and then this new job basically started like last May. And then I just finally got used to it to like be able to relax a little bit by December, and then that's when somebody left. And then they basically spread their responsibilities amongst everyone else. Yeah. So it was just like, okay, so I just got used to like all this stuff and now more. And then tariffs and the Trump administration. And I genuinely had a moment because it's so hard to sleep. But I mean, I genuinely had a moment the other day where I'm like, what are we, like a year in? I felt so stupid because I'm like, no, fucking of course it's not been a year. It's been like 2 months. It's been like 3 months. It's been like zero time. It's just, good Lord.
It's weird that the months are going by so fast, and yet the administration feels like it's been in office for a while, right?
Yeah, it's almost like they had a plan written down beforehand, ready to enact by the time they started.
True. Have you guys seen like the posts about people buying like directly from the Chinese market?
Yes. Yeah.
My mom's just
like
going
half propaganda but half hilarious. Like,
right?
It's so because exactly like, but it's like it's funny to me because like they're like, oh, these luxury brands are getting exposed. And like we all knew they were overcharging. Is it a fucking shock that their purse isn't worth $500 fucking?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, that's just the only option we had to buy.
Yeah, I was gonna say we were never buying these. It's all these people that are like, we're boycotting Kim Kardashian now, and it's like I've been doing that for 30 fucking years.
No.
What do you mean? Who had the luxury to? The people that have the luxury to buy all the shit that they're now boycotting are the funniest fucking people to me right now. It's just, it drives me nuts.
I saw the crumble cookies for last week were the fucking Kardashians because a bunch of members came in and bought, like, that lady who was leaving crumble cookies. Like, they bought her a cheesecake. They bought her, like, 6 different people bought her crumble cookies. Somebody brought her a bundt cake, nothing but cake.
You guys have those over there, too?
Yeah.
I thought that was, like, a small-time thing over here.
Oh, no, it's a chain. Nothing but cakes.
No, not the concept. Not the concept of bundt cakes. I'm saying that specific bakery.
Yeah, they have them here.
Dude, they make them. That's just a type of cake.
A butt cake? Excuse
Where
me?
I come from.
So when we do bar bingo, one of the prizes you could win is a gift card to Nothing Bundt Cakes, and everyone is always drunk and they're always like, butt cake.
I knew it. Yeah,
every time. It's so stupid.
Yeah, they got her so much stuff and like so many bouquets of flowers. People got her like giant like Easter lily type things and like pots. Like,
who's this for?
This was just like one of the people who left last week. So this lady, like all the members really like her. She's like the middle-aged one. So she's like
I was
mom.
like, why is she so beloved that she's getting like flowers?
I think it's just like the old people, like all the senior members like seeing someone older who's just like closer to them in age. They just don't like young people. So like genuinely, yeah. Because I'm like, she wasn't that great of a worker. Like she was just there a really long time. So, like, she had everything down really quickly, and she would work with the same members every day. So she had, like, their stuff memorized and would just, like, put their stuff in the system. But if there were any members she wasn't, like, close with, she was really, honestly bad at greeting them. Like she wasn't super friendly to other people. It was, like, right in front of people who would walk in. It's like, she'd be like, hi. And then she'd be like, oh my gosh, Christy, how was your grandson's t-ball game? Like, right in front of them. And it's like, or she'll be like, or she'll be talking to the people that she's friends with. And then just completely ignoring other people coming in. And it's like, that's not
wonderful
great customer service. Yeah,
great
exactly.
Worker.
It's like, you still have to acknowledge everybody else. Like, we all have our favorites and we all have people we talk to, like, consistently every day. But, like, you have to acknowledge, like, everybody who comes in and make everyone feel welcome. she wasn't very great at that, honestly. But because the regulars come in so much that she would see, they would always leave reviews, and so people would be like, oh, she's so good, she's so, like corporate really likes to see stuff that they can, like, visually, like, grab onto, and it's, again, the quantitative, like, shit. So they love that. So that doesn't actually, like, prove how good of a worker you are at all. Same with, like, our sales, like, our one worker who, like, has the most sales, it's just because he doesn't go do his cleaning, so he's always up at the front, so he's always gonna be the one making the fucking sales. So yeah, so we're all stuck doing cleaning, and then our manager justifies it, and he's like, he's my little boy wonder with sales, so, like, we're not gonna make him clean because, like, he's not good at the cleaning.
I don't like
first
the
of all.
nickname.
Yeah.
My little boy wonder.
Oh, it's so
boy.
cringe.
Wonder.
The place is cringe. I'm like, just get the fuck out. Yeah, like our assistant manager was like, yeah, man, you should get in the sales full time, like, chase your dreams. If you get in the sales and make really good money, like, you've shown you're good at sales, and, like, you can show your stats and all your club sales and blah 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 to these places you apply, and that'll make you interested in them. So he had a job offer from a place, and he's like, yeah, at the end of the month, I'm gonna go and do this sales job. And I was like, I'm so proud of you, man, like, good job, you're gonna make it out of here, you're gonna make it. And then, like, he told me about it, and he's like, yeah, so my friend is doing it, it's in Utah, he just had an 18-hour shift and he didn't make a single sale, so he's made $0. And I was like, what?
Dude.
And I was like, what the fuck is it? And then he was like, it's door-to-door pest control sales. And I was like, oh fuck no!
dude.
They were trying to make you do that? No!
Alright.
And I was like, you should have told me from the beginning that's what it was, and I would have discouraged you. I would have been like, hell no, you're not making any money in that.
Door-to-door pest control.
Yes. Nobody wants it. If anybody has pests, they actively go and, like, fix it right away. Otherwise, nobody's just gonna be like, yeah, I'll
just
get pest
asking
control right
for
now.
nothing.
Like, yeah. It's like, who just casually needs pest control? Like,
Does he
they
get-
open the door
You know
and
what?
there's
My
bugs
house is
everywhere.
infested with ants.
Me.
Get
Yeah,
over
I
here.
was like, schmid.
Yeah, except your house.
Yeah,
Wait,
I will
so
say.
does he get, like, a base pay, or is it just, like...
I don't even know. I think,
There
like,
has to be, like, a...
I think he's doing it, like, with the Mormons, like, through people through the church, and, like, they've scammed him before, like, people at his church. Not people who go to his church. They were like somebody from his church was like, oh, we have this job. Like, I know a guy who's looking to hire people in this carpet. He had him do carpet cleaning, and they're like, oh, you just have to, like, do this course, and you have to pay for this course to be, like, certified in for it. And then he's like, so instead of paying all this money for this course, we'll just have you work it off. And so once he wasn't earning any money for 5 months. And once he paid off,
5 months?
and he was working full time, he had to drop out of high school, and do that, and so he didn't make any money. And then the guy was like, yeah, so you paid off all of your coursework, you're all certified in this now, you're all, like, good to go. And he's like, just so you know, my company is going bankrupt and going under, so, like, we're gonna have to let you go now.
Oh,
Right when he was supposed to be making income. So, and
They
then
didn't
he's
tell
also
him that prior.
yeah, and he's also, like, accidentally joined, like, MLM type pyramid schemes, and, like, so it's like he just keeps losing money for
You know what?
jobs.
This guy rocks.
This guy wants to be a salesman so bad. Like, he'd be good at it, but he keeps, like, it's like he has these really big aspirations where he thinks he can just jump to, like, this super salesman thing right out the gate. And so he's like, oh, these things where they're making these big false promises. He's like, this can make me a lot of money. And he goes straight into it, and then it's always a scam. So I'm like,
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, also shame on you. Fool
So,
me 3
yeah.
times, okay.
yeah. So he's like, so honestly, I might be stuck at Planet Fitness for a while. And he's like, I have no, like, intentions of moving up in the company, so they never put extra work on me. And they always just, like, let him chill. He barely has to do any work. And all he has to do is chill at the front, like, on his phone, basically, and, like, make sales when people walk up. And so they're chill with him, but the rest of us have to, like, yeah, pick up all the slack, you know, and yeah.
That's
you know,
nuts, dude.
I like him, but it's my boss, like, basically telling him to do this and incentivizing him to do it. Like, he offers to help, but my boss is like, no, someone has to man the front, and I want it to be him. And it's like, okay, cool.
Alright.
Cool.
Jeez, dude. Yikes. I feel bad that he's just been scammed so many times.
Yeah,
He
because
doesn't
he's a
learn.
nice guy, so it's like, oh man, he's so naive. I feel bad, but
Door-to-door pest control is crazy.
yeah, that's and he was gonna
Okay.
move to Utah for it. Like, he was going to go and
Nah,
like,
dude, it's
yeah,
worth. Prominent business
yeah, I was
out
like,
there.
relocate for that
to
job.
move to make no money.
Yeah. Oh no. That's life right now. Woo. Yeah, the job they're offering me, unfortunately, is only part-time, but maybe eventually will be full-time after I do my, like, temp contract, so... But, yeah, I'm like, man, it's gonna suck going from full-time hours and full-time hour pay to part-time pay, even though it's, like, a considerate increase in money, it's still, like, overall... And then again, they cut my hours so much randomly at Planet Fitness that I'm like... Overall, I'll only be working, like, 5 hours less a week, I guess. So that's not even that fucking bad, now that I think about it. Well, you know what? Yeah, this is a great gig. I'm excited. Yeah! I'll Planet Fitness. You know what? I'll still work out there 'cause it's cheap. Yeah, I was like, Planet Fitness is cheap. I'll still go there. But working for them.
Dude.
They are cheap as hell for a reason.
Is there a burglar in your house, Daniel?
Cat burglar.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can't tell if something's getting knocked over or if my couch is getting torn up, but it's in the other room, so it's out of my.
No, do you put any of the like plastic wraps on the corners of things to like prevent them from scratching at it?
Yeah, double-sided tape. They don't like it.
Yeah.
That's what my aunt did, and they're like,
"It's a good idea."
They're like, whoa.
I don't like this texture.
Yeah, one of them was choking earlier, so that's why I walked over. It's just a hairball or something.
Oh, okay. I was like,
I was just making sure that they didn't like eat something.
Yeah, I was like, how's their like health? I know they were having some things going on. Are they good now?
I think so.
There was like a respiratory thing or something?
Jinx had like a respiratory thing, and Powder, what was up with her? She had like a hernia and basically just getting it checked out. And they basically just said it's too small to like do anything. And it's probably fine if it just doesn't like change. So if it gets bigger, like take him back in. So just had a bunch of medicine we were passing out, but I think everything's fine now. So yeah.
Phew.
Good shit.
Bandit just busted the door open. Speaking of animals, he just.
Hey, buddy.
Cute. Oh, train.
Yeah, it's on my end, sorry.
Oh, Bandit, you stink. What the fuck?
That's the one thing I've noticed with the little kitten is that she'll just randomly fart. Because all of a sudden you'll just be smelling straight shit.
Stinky, aw.
That's not me.
You have to remember to call her by her name and not Stinky. So she doesn't...
Smelly cat?
She doesn't
Friends
start coming
reference?
over when we say, ew, Stinky.
Stank, dude.
Ugh. Well, I'm glad that the new job's coming up there at least. Nick, how's the job front looking on your end?
No.
It's alright. Nothing
it's
crazy.
horrible out here. It's
still looking,
horrible everywhere.
So, I mean, yeah, nothing really crazy.
Literally,
there.
the only reason I got this one was because somebody like referred me for it and was like, "There's an opening with this," and otherwise I never would have fucking found anything. That's just how it is right now. I'm like,
Yeah.
Everything is all connections. It is right now. It's people are not hiring, so terrible.
Can't tell if something's getting destroyed, but
You want to check on it?
Yeah, go check.
no, it's good. But I probably do have to go to bed at some point here anyway. But
Okay.
it's been a couple hours.
Sorry,
Gonna get up at like 5, so.
I have to get up at 2.
Ooh.
And you've been up till 2, so that.
Yeah.
I don't sleep, guys.
Yeah, you're like, oh yeah?
Oh, yeah?
Never mind.
Like,
I've never
mine's
slept.
easy.
I'll do you one better. No, I'm chilling. I had my tea and I'm like energized now. So
Just goes rapid off the deep end till 2 a.m.
yep. I'll have to make dinner and then probably walk the dog because I didn't really walk him today, and then go to the gym. So I got like a couple things to do before
That's
I can
nuts, dude.
sleep for 2 hours. That's like the most sleep I get normally. So
It's not good, dude.
well, it's because like the time I go to the gym is like
No,
9.
Yeah,
And
I
then
know.
like by the time I like have to take my pills and like sleep and like actually like do my chores and get shit ready for the next day. It's like, midnight.
I just feel bad.
It won't be much longer, hopefully. So, yeah, woo.
Yeah, let us know. Hopefully this start date you said, I mean, it's temp stuff right now, so I don't know how long you said that's going to happen.
I have no idea how long the contract is. They're saying, like, we'll figure it out once we get stuff started. And I'm like, can you have this in, like, writing? Like, that you're going to, like, confirm. Like, the people who are offering the job, like, they did confirm to me that if I finish the little tenure with them, I will be offered a job through JLL. But it's just, like, up to the temp agency to make sure I'm competent and, like, fully ready to fulfill the role first. So,
sure.
Yeah. That's where I'm at. So, it seems like viable. Like, I should be able to do it. If not, I don't know. The lady who had this job before apparently thought it was going to be mostly just, like, office assistant more work and like customer service helping around the office. She didn't know that you were going to directly be making work orders and working in like a database system, and she was kind of like overwhelmed by that. She could do like Microsoft and Excel at the most, but then she was like, whoa, I didn't know it was going to be this much
what am I doing?
Stuff. Yeah, she's like I didn't know it was going to be this much computer stuff. She wasn't even that old, but it's like for some reason people like over 40 just like pretend like they don't know how to use computers, but I'm like, you've
too
had
complicated
them
for them.
Yeah, it's like you've had them for 20 years. You've had them half your life. You're fucking lying. You gotta acknowledge
my grandson for this.
Yeah, it's like you gotta acknowledge you've been using them, and like every job you need to be like computer literate now. So I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. And fortunately with this one, I thought it was going to be like call center and taking like customer support stuff. So I was like, oh boy, it's going to be like yelled at a lot. Like at
That's
Planet
what I
Fitness,
thought, yeah.
all like, you know, like field probably like 30 angry phone calls a day and just get yelled at a lot, like constantly on the phone. Just because in the club, they don't yell at you as much, but on the phone, because they're not there, they do like to fucking yell at you. And sometimes, you know, you just put it on speaker and you let the people around you hear it because you're like, hey, I do have to help someone else. I do have to help someone. So you just put it on speaker and you're like, get a load of this guy while you're helping other people. And like,
Just let him yap.
Yeah, you let them yell. You just let them yell at you. And then people are like, you deal with that? Oh, I'm like, oh, so much. So I thought it was going to be like, oh,
well, now you're going to get it times 2. I want.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly. In front of me as well. Yeah. I thought, so I was like, worried it's going to be like customer support line, call center, you know, complaint line. But they were like, oh no, there's not going to be like anything with that. It'll just be like people looking for updates on whatever that work order is. Like if something didn't come in that you ordered, they're like, where is this? And then you'll like look if it's like in transit or like update them on whatever the delay is. So it's not going to be people like pissed because it's like the work order hasn't even started. They haven't even done anything. So they're not even going to be mad. It's actually less work for them because they're not able to even like do the job with it yet. So they'll just be like, hey, where is this? So I'm like that. And even if they are mad, that's so much more chill than what I deal with every day with people just yelling at me about billing stuff. It's like, what the fuck is this fee? And every time it's the annual fee. And then it's like, so you did consent to be charged that every year, and like you have to explain it to them, and they're like, nobody told me about this. And then you can see how they signed up in their account, and a lot of the time it'll just say like mobile sign up, so that means they just signed up on their computer or like whatever, like phone, and that means they didn't read the shit and they just hit okay and sign through everything. So they're like, nobody told me this. And I'm like, if you sign up in the club with us, we are very transparent about all of our pricing, so I'm sorry that you were unfamiliar with that charge, but you did approve that. And people were like, I've never been charged this before. And then I can see all their billing history, and I was like, so you were charged this in 2024, 2023, and 2022, and it'll come through March 1st for that every year. So yeah, March 1st of 2022, 2023, 2024, and 2025 you were charged that. And they were like, I can't see my billing statements that far back. And I was like, well, we can. So yeah, exactly. I'm like, so if you want to come in the club, I can print that out for you at any time. And they're like, yeah, because it sucks because a lot of these people, like, their memberships are $10 a month, and then they'll randomly get like a $48 charge, and they're like, whoa, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, yeah, that does kind of like suck to randomly get that, because you still do have to pay the monthly subscription that same month as well. So it's gonna be you're gonna be paying over $50 at Planet Fitness when you're normally paying 10.
Awesome.
And then a lot of the time, what happens with that is people are not expecting that larger charge, so they have insufficient funds in their account, so they'll automatically be charged a late fee because it wasn't withdrawn.
Just the kicker.
And late
Oh my
fees used
God.
to be $5. They used to be $5.88.
Now it's
And then
$300.
last month they changed it to fucking 20 even. And so people
Jeez.
pay 10, they pay $10.58 a month, and then they'll have a late fee of $20. And then they'll see in their account, they're like, why do I owe $30 fucking dollars for this month? And it's like, and they're like, I just paid $48. Why do I owe $30? And it's like, oh, because that's just your regular monthly subscription. They're like, I paid on the 1st of this month. And I was like, oh, but your monthly subscription goes through on the 17th. So, yeah.
It's so
So, like,
complicated.
since it's the 17th, tomorrow, we'll get a lot of angry phone calls. So that always
That's
happens every
fun.
month on the 17th when the pending charge is withdrawn. So, yeah.
Good luck, dude.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fun one. So the new girl, I'll have to show her that. I'll put people on speaker and be like, check it out.
Learning curve.
like today when I showed her the bathrooms, I was like, hey, so see in the men's right here, like all the paper, all the toilet papers, they're like running pretty low, but we're cheap here, so we will not like refill them until they're completely gone. And so she was like, oh, and I'm like, so
I
this
thought
is
you were
gonna
gonna say like we don't refill them until the end of the week, no matter what.
no.
People can
so-
wipe
so-
their asses with their hands.
So I was like, so, and I was like,
That's where they
so
smear
this, yeah, I was like, so this will be a problem.
yeah, no wonder
until
the
our
walls are
boss-
smeared with shit.
Yeah, they have no toilet paper. I have to. Yeah. I'm doing with what I got. I'm doing the best I can, man. So, like, I told the girl, I was like, so this is going to be a later problem. This is going to be a problem for our boss, because, like, once we open for the day, we can't go in the bathroom, because we never know if there's going to be men in there, and there's often, like, stragglers or people who don't understand English, so, like, even if you try to say something, there's probably going to be someone in there. So we always just wait until there is a man on staff to go into the male restroom, right? And she's like, oh, okay. Literally 2 hours after we opened, a guy came up and like was like, hey, you're all out of toilet paper in the men's room. Go take care of it. And I was like, oh, sir, I'm sorry, but like we only have women on staff right now, so we can't go in there. And he's like, well, you're gonna need to take care of this. And I was like, yeah, so we can't until there's a man in here. And he's like, just go in there right now. And then, like, the gym was busy, and I'm like, sir, we can't. And he was just trying to yell and argue at us. And he's like, And then the new girl was just sitting there like, And then I was like, what? And I was like, what did I tell you? And she's like, dang, you're like a psychic. And I was like, yeah. There was also a woman who walked in and just walked straight into the amenities. And then she's like, that lady didn't get her thing signed up. We didn't tell her what room she was in. And I was like, oh, she's going to come back. They're going to go fiddle with it for about 5 minutes and then realize they can't do it. And then they're going to come back and they're going to be like, how do I start this? And then she came out, direct quote was like, how do I start this? And then she was like, whoa. And like all day it's just shit like that. And it's like, wow, it's like this happens every single day. All day. Yeah, I was like, I don't even like stop them anymore and prevent them from going back. I just let them go out back there and let them
feel
figure
like
it out
an idiot.
themselves. Yep.
Tinker around with it,
Yep. Dinkin'. Absolutely dinkin'.
which is not doinking.
No.
Congrats.
Thanks.
Yeah, I was like, I assume that that also happens in the Black Card Spa as well, apparently, as I've told you. So,
All right.
no cameras.
Oh, true.
Yeah, because that's like
Someone-
where people tan and stuff, and like red
Someone's
light therapy.
probably
people
fiddling
get
over there.
naked. Oh yeah, no, I told you that one. That one guy, he gives other men favors there pretty often in the tanning booths, and then I got that one regular who uses red light therapy every day, and I was given the tour, and I just hear like, and I was like, whoa, does Jeffrey Fapp in there every day when he goes and does his red light therapy session? Because it was like, I
dropped the name.
I'm not gonna give his full name, but Mr. Jeffrey, yeah, I was trying to give a tour, and I was like, have you guys ever
Doubling
heard of the
down.
benefits? Yeah, I was like, have you ever heard of the benefits of red light therapy? And I start like talking about it, and all of a sudden you hear like, and I just try to talk louder over
That's
it, because
why-
like,
And then
because I'm trying to make a sale. Both of them bought it. Both of them got the sale. But then you just hear like skin on skin, like, psh, 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 and I'm like, no. Yeah. So I was like, oh.
all right.
Yeah. So.
Huh.
This is a horrible time to drop off, but
Yeah. All
I've gotta
good.
go to
All,
bed.
Okay.
all good. You guys have a good night.
Have a good night.
Have a lovely evening, everybody.
See ya
Good to
later.
hear everybody's alive and
For sure.
Yeah.
into new things.
Okie dokies. Bye-bye.
You guys can stay on if you want. I gotta go.
No, you're fine. We'll go. I'll make dinner.
For sure. See you later.
Bye.
We're back. Riley's here. Welcome.
Yippee.
Nick might be jumping on at some point. Honestly, who knows at this rate? So
What?
I am not in a mindset for that. I just looked at like Shrek 5 and I'm like, man. Did you see what people were saying of that? The whole reason I brought that up on the fucking last call
that you didn't get to finish your...
No. And it got fucking... It wasn't even a good story. It was just that everyone was roasting it, like, with math and, like, all this super...
With math?
Because everyone hated the way he looked.
Yeah,
Did you
he
see in
looked
the
awful.
trailer?
Yeah, he didn't look
So
like
people
the
were,
original.
like, comparing the two, like, why are they so different? And basically the only real difference is that his eyes are closer together. So people were, like, showing
That's
math
not
and distances,
just
and they were
an
like, look, with his eyes closer in, he looks more like a dumb nerd, and this thing looks more like a cartoon, and it's like, it's an ogre. But it's going to be weird after Puss in Boots 2 was, like, so
Oh my
pretty
gosh, yeah.
and so good. To now it's gonna be
It's
back
gonna
to
be
the
absolute
Shrek
trash
stuff.
again, yeah.
Don't you feel like? Yeah, I hope not. I mean, we're still gonna watch it.
Oh, of
but
course.
What else? What else have I got in here? Brother work pedophile. That's what I wrote down.
What the fuck
Did
does
you hear
that
this
mean?
story from David yet?
Oh, gosh, no.
We love you. Don't listen to her. So no. So
just
my
know it's gonna be
brother.
a
This is a
story.
short story. My brother said he used to work. One of his first jobs was at like a mailroom for a big company. And she wants the wires.
I know. She's playing
And so he delivered mail to everyone's desk.
Mm-hmm.
And so he texted me and he was like, some guy that that was at the company that I worked at was they sent out a thing that he was arrested for pedophilia.
A guy he worked
A
with?
guy that, well, he didn't work with them, but like a guy at the place where he was
Delivered
delivering
mail
mail was arrested for having and distributing like pedophilic
That's
like,
what's in the
child
mail?
piece stuff. And my brother was like, I probably delivered him some of that
accomplice.
stuff. He's like, I'm probably an accomplice to this stuff. I probably held it in my hands. And I was like, no. It's not the 90s. I assume people aren't doing it on print like that. But,
I don't know.
so I was trying to make him feel better, but so who knows? The other thing I wrote down was I don't even know if I can say this. There was a town we passed through that the guys like everyone's running for like local governor and local, it's like the best names for like all that stuff, and like yours was Die for Coroner.
Oh
right?
my gosh, yeah, it's perfect.
Perfect name. And this town was Beer for High School was the sign. All of them, just throughout the whole town, Beer for High School. And it's because the guy's last name is like Beer and it's for high school council. But I was like, man, you put
Perfect.
beer so...
He knew what he was doing.
I was going to say, but do they? I mean, like in these small towns, you got
Oh
to
my
wonder
gosh.
if someone's like,
Yeah.
what did you think? And he's like, that's my name and I'm for high school. What are you talking about? So funny though. It's just everywhere. Beer for high school. And I was like, this is great. So I'm voting for him. Oh, this is a story I didn't tell you yet. This is short.
Oh,
But
gosh.
so I signed up for the new gym, right? And of course these gym people, I mean, they're nice, but they're all about like sales and like referrals and stuff.
What
So
are
they
they trying to
jump
sell
on
you
that
now?
stuff. And they try to sell you on this and that. And if you know anyone that might sign up, like they really want to fucking know about that stuff. And every time you check in, and if you do certain things, you get like points on their like portal. So every time you check in, you get a point.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, 12 check-ins in a month, you get 50 points. And I'm like, what do you use these points for? You can use them to like buy merch and stuff like that. I don't care. But one of the things you can use them for is to enter sweepstakes, which of course I want, even though I'm never going to fucking win a single thing in my life. So I was signing up for sweepstakes, and this is separate from the website of the health place, really. So every time you put in entries for it, it's like if you refer somebody like to the sweepstakes is what I thought it meant. You get more. You get like double the points added. So I'm like, of course. So I'm just typing in random names, random numbers, and I'm getting extra points. And I just thought that I just thought these emails are getting like, because I think I put in my email still, or like a fake email I had.
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought they were getting emails like, hey, your Daniel so and so referred you. Like I was thinking those emails were getting the referral notifications. No, they were all going to the salespeople for the gym. So I pulled up at the gym the other day, and this guy, because the locker is next to this guy's desk, and he's like, oh hey, I saw you referred someone to the gym, and I was like, I fully did not know what he was talking about. I was like, what do you?
I don't think so.
You have like
Because I only know
70
you.
people.
I'm like, I don't think I know anybody. Yeah, and he was like, oh, well, I was looking at the list of stuff of people you referred. And he's like, do you know a Rick Ted?
Oh,
And I was like,
gosh.
oh, and it dawned on me. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh, I think I was just referring people through the sweepstakes. I don't know. He's like, oh, I don't see it's the sweepstakes. You referred to people? And so he was going through this list. Unknowing. So he's like, so do you know Rick Ted? And I was like, no, he's just a friend that lives someplace else. He's like, okay, how about Rick Tess? I just changed the name slightly each time I did the referral to get more points. So he's just going through
their
a
own
list.
fault for
he's
doing
going
that.
through a list of names that are too close to each other. So he's like, Rick Ted? Okay, Rick Tess. And I was like, oh, he lives further away. He's like, okay, Rick Tem. I'm like, oh, I think he's got his own gym. And he just keeps going. And I'm
Bro,
like,
you look like a liar to that guy. One thing you say we're married. So he's waiting for us. He's
Yeah.
waiting for me to sign up.
When we toured the gym, he was like, "Oh, and like if you guys are married, are you guys married?" And I was like, "Yeah," because it's. And he was like, "Oh, well then she gets a heavy discount if you guys both sign up." And I was like, "Oh, great." And he was like, "You're gonna need a wedding certificate, marriage certificate." And I was like, "Oh." So I was like, "Ah."
And
she
then-
might not join. So now she can never join this gym.
I've been there a few
Until
times.
we're married.
He's like, what was it? I got a free pass, and he was like, "You can sign up, whatever."
Yeah, you had a 3-day pass just because you were studying and we were working out nearby. And he was like, "Oh, you don't need a free pass. You can just sign up with the cheaper thing because of the marriage." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, she's not gonna. She might divorce me." So
I
let's
never
not
show
sign
up
for that
again.
shit. Yeah, she never shows up again.
You're just
So-
a really pissy attitude every time you see him now.
Yeah, so you're out of the picture, and all I've got is Rick Ted, Rick Tess, and Rick Tem. All people they think are separate friends I have, all named Rick. Just ridiculous phone numbers. He even said, I think he knew, because he was like, well, I called one of the numbers, and I don't think it was real. And I was like...
That's when you met.
I was like,
just
I
want
think
the
I
points.
just met.
I
I
want
said
the-
that. I was like, I was just putting in like my friends' emails to get stuff for the referral, so they're not going to sign up. So I just kept putting in my locker, and he was like, "Oh, so like if I call them," and I was like, "They're not signing up. You know what? They're not even real." I was like, "This isn't even
These
gonna
are
happen.
my imaginary
These
friends.
are my imaginary friends." Ah,
That's
too
so
funny. I just thought that was so stupid. Well, we had the Bridal expo.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was kind of a funny story. I mean, it's like right. Anyway, it's nearby. I don't know where it is. It's not like I live near it.
I don't know.
So they had two expos going on. They had the Curiosities and Oddities Expo, which when we looked it up, it was like exactly what you'd expect. It was like snake skin oil and magic, and we're like,
Bones.
nice, yeah, bones. So and then the other one was the Bridal Expo, and we were like, oh, well, let's go to that because we'll probably sign up for some giveaways. Of course, the first thing we thought of when you hear the Bridal Expo and they're like trying to get you to buy their stuff. What food do you expect is going to be there? Because we expected cake. Because
One
that's
sample.
the first, just one piece of... I didn't even expect a big piece of cake. I
No,
just
just
expected
a little bite.
a little sampler. Even a bite. They're just bite-sized cake pieces. Something. No.
We got something better. Lettuce.
Yeah, wet-ass looking lettuce. You know, when like church salad, you know, it's just
Yeah,
slathered
that's
in
all it is.
like clear sauce. So it's just
Ew.
shiny. It's just shiny, large lettuce is what it was. Yeah, they had, and the line and you would think because it's nasty-ass lettuce, this line would be short. The line was like out
It
the
was so
fucking
long.
back.
It was so long for that damn
All these
lettuce.
women wanting damn wet lettuce and shit. Anyway, so no cake. Out of all of that.
No,
Zero
the
fucking
one
cake.
bakery they had was for dogs.
Yeah, there was one bakery which we made your mom stand in line for. We did other stuff. She gets all the way up there for fucking dogs. Dog snacks. How is that related to your wedding? I don't know, man.
There was also like a gutter booth. There was like one to
Yeah,
help
there was like change your gutters.
for like
and-
cabinets.
Yeah, one was like portable. Well, that was kind of wedding related. But it was
Portable
like
toilets.
yeah, it was porta johns for like weddings, like locations. We were like, this is great. This is awesome. But yeah, so didn't get any cake. Signed up for a bunch of giveaways, and then the one, a lot of these
I was
giveaways
so
were like,
sad.
a lot of these giveaways were like, you get a free boudoir set, you get a free cake, or not cake, because there was no cake. I'm thinking of cake now. You get free like plates,
discounts,
discounts
whatnot.
on a suit or something, and one of them was dinner for two is what it was called. And so we just signed up for their giveaway or whatever, and then you get a text.
Oh my gosh, I was so excited.
Yeah,
I got a text that we won, and what was it? Like, it said you win like a $600 gift card to get wedding bands. You get champagne glasses, like with your names and date etched on it. You get a vacation.
For,
you get like a honeymoon suite.
Yeah,
it was like 3 days, 2 nights somewhere, and then like a free cooking class.
Yeah, and then a free cooking class that you got to attend and get some food to like get the stuff, and like the vacation package. And we were like, holy shit, we won one. And these people are evil because we're just
we're gullible.
Gullible and just only now getting a little bit of money from life. So we were just like, wow. And we didn't care about the bands or like the champagne glass. I mean, it's fun, but we were like, the honeymoon. Like the hotel. Yeah. But it was just like too much in that package, and it's like they kept offering more. They were like, oh, and you get this and this, and we were like, all right, we're not that lucky. So we like looked up this company, and they basically are just a giant like sales Ponzi scheme.
They sell like expensive ass cookware. It's like thousands of dollars. Like you need a payment plan. I'm like, who's fucking putting a payment plan on a pot?
So so apparently you have to accept all these things at the cooking class is what they called it, but in reality it's they sit you down by yourself with a not cook, it's a salesman, and the salesman is selling you cookware while cooking in the food, but they like really aggressively pressure you to buy them, which I kind of wanted to see because we weren't going to buy anything, but I just want them to be like, oh, and then you can, and we're like, no. He's like, oh, but you can really cook this. This is specifically for me. Good. And we're like, no.
I'm good, thanks.
We don't even explain anything. He's like, oh, why don't you want some? We're just like, no.
Where's my gift card?
Yeah. We're just going to say no for an hour until you're done.
2 hours.
Listen
Some people
here,
were like, we were here for 2.5 hours.
You can either cook this steak in fucking silence for us, and we're going to eat, and you're going to watch us eat, and then we just go. Or you can keep talking, and we're just going to fucking stare at you and say no. That's what I wanted to,
Well, we could have went at 7:00.
It sounded exhausting, honestly,
yeah, it really
just to
did.
listen to these idiots fucking sell us pots and shit. Oh, so
what other gullible couples were there?
Yeah, and when we looked them up, like there were people that were like, "Oh, we worked for them," and like they make their money because people feel guilted to buy cookware, and
yeah, exactly.
But they're not technically a scheme, I guess, because they do technically follow through. So but apparently it's like exactly what you expect. It's like a free vacation, but it's like they don't pay for airfare, and it's at like
not
bad
taxes,
hotels for like weird times, and then you have to act now, So it's like they do technically. There are people that have gone on them and whoops, I just jacked it up and slightly like enjoyed them, but like so
we didn't win.
So we didn't win shit.
No.
We didn't win cake. We didn't win that. And we haven't won any giveaways yet. I've gotten a bunch of texts that I've just blocked.
Oh my gosh,
and
yeah, I
deleted.
have too. I've
people
unsubscribed
just being like,
from them.
People being like, well, you didn't win anything, but you can still give us money.
But the discount is still going on until the end of April. I'm like,
you're like, no. We did a lot of lying at those giveaways. They're like, oh, when's your wedding? We're like,
next year
July.
sometime.
Yeah. We're like,
I don't know.
Got that picked out. We're just making up. They're like, oh, fill out your kids' names. We're like, all right. That's an extra referral for more points. Yeah, powder and jinx. Those are interesting names for your kid. Uh-huh.
Well,
they're from a show.
Don't worry. Apple is a name. So
who's named Apple?
What is it?
That's the phone company.
No, Apple is the name of the child of the one lady off of America's Got Talent.
Gwyneth Paltrow and her ex-husband named their daughter Apple.
Who's Gwyneth Paltrow? Oh gosh, I'm getting
Gwyneth
everyone
Paltrow
confused.
She's the
okay.
goop lady.
Okay, they both look almost the same. So
she's the snakeskin oil salesman lady who's like, my goop can just cure cancer and change your life, and just selling expensive ass cream or whatever
it was
it
Gwyneth
is.
Paltrow. My bad.
Anyway, what the
love
hell
Apple.
are we talking about? Yeah, Apple.
The Bridal Expo.
The only other thing was just a lot of ring shopping, which most of these places we went are nice, perfectly people. I just made fun of the one guy because
I mean, he was kind of an asshole. So
yeah, people are like, when does the roasting begin for you? And I'm like, I don't immediately go in judging people, but like when you disrespect us, Now I am. Like, I'm thinking of all the ways that you're ugly. I wasn't thinking of them before, but I am now. But, like, yeah, when we sent, because we just sent out you just sent out a bunch of emails, like, this is what we're looking for. If you have anything close, let us know. So it wasn't like they had to do anything, right?
No, I asked if they, like, the only reason I sent them an email was, like, is it possible if you can do this?
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we'll make it.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah, come in for an appointment. So we went in, like, 2 weeks later for the appointment, and he was like, I haven't looked at this in 2 weeks. What are we talking about again? We're like...
Also, I have no idea how to get this.
Yeah, and then he was like, because we wanted a lab-grown diamond, obviously. Just you just don't get the sparkle that you get with a mined diamond from the hands of a child in India. I just don't give a shit. They look perfect because they are perfect. You can control the shape and all that stuff and whatever. So we said lab-grown diamond. And he was like, I've not even done lab-grown diamonds. I just do natural stuff because that's the better stuff, you know? I don't know what people... And he was like,
I don't know what's with these young people now and their lab-grown diamonds. I'm like,
how old do you think we are? He's saying this to our faces. I mean, he's just trying to guilt us.
I'm a 14-year-old right now trying to buy a diamond.
Older than the miner I had bring out our diamonds.
Yeah, literally.
Who's really doing the worst here? But yeah, so we were like, it was in the original email, and he's like, so he was like, I don't even do business in the lab grown. I just practically started, so I don't even know where I'm going to get this shit. And then 2, he was like, I just didn't even do lab grown because mine is just better. What's with these young people wanting mine? And what was the other thing? There's talons on the
the
ring,
prong talons.
which we're not particular about necessarily, but every other place we've gone to is like, yeah, we'll do them. It works. And he was like, young women just really want this talent shit. Young women want a fucking eagle clutching their fucking diamond. What a dumbass. He's just going on, and we're sitting there like, this is
and then he talks about, he's like, because we were talking about how we were looking at other places and pricing and stuff. We're like, well, we're looking kind of this pricing. And then he talks about how, like, quality versus...
He just went on. He was like, so I'm more expensive than everyone. But it's not because I don't have my shit together. It's because... we just are better than everyone. And he's like, everywhere else you're going to buy, it's going to fall apart to ash, like on your finger. We're like, yeah, okay.
And then he gives us the exact same price.
Yeah, the exact same price as everyone else.
He's like, yeah, but I could still do it at this price. I'm like,
oh
my God.
Yeah, so, and he was like, I don't know, maybe I could just like, he's like, he was like, have other people had difficulty finding this? And we're like, no. Not at all. They just fucking did it without bitching. And he was like, I would love to know where they got him. Stares at us and we're like, I don't fucking know where they got him. They just got him.
I have 3 sitting at a jeweler right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say we could. So it's too funny. Anyway, so after all that shit, we're not gonna go back to that one.
No.
But the other places have been really nice and nice people, and it's cool to see all the rings. We finally got to see the kite shape that she wants, which is really cool. Nice. Really I'm surprised more people don't do it because it's really pretty.
It's because people don't realize it's a thing and it's really hard to get, I guess.
Well, there you go. So for everyone listening, when you get married someday, get a kite shape. Enough people get it and it'll just become a regular thing. No,
they can't sell them all.
Well, not until we get ours. Then you can get what you want.
Back off.
But anyway... so that was that. Anyway, sorry, we've just sucked up a lot of time here. Anyway, so let's read some Spotify comments and our patron notes.
Oh my gosh.
We'll go back and forth
paragraphs.
Here. Oh, good Lord, yeah. I feel like every time Lively talks about an experience at work, it gets more unhinged with each story, but then again, maybe that's just me. It's not just you.
Nope.
Also, Daniel's lively impression while he was reading was the stuff of nightmares. I hope to never hear him attempt that again. You know, I don't even remember how I did her impression.
I don't either.
Is it just like this? My name's Lively.
I think that's an
Job
insult.
sucks. I clean poop out of holes.
Okay, that's getting worse. Next one here. You want to read the next one below that one?
I gotta talk like this.
There you go.
I love reading all the middle school hate comments on Daniel's review of the Minecraft movie. They have a point through Daniel. The Minecraft movie is peak cinema that transcends art itself. It's like the Mona Lisa, but if the Mona Lisa was actually good.
That was an actual... I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes I get tired of doing the movie reviews. Because like originally I started doing them... This is a boring story for no one, for everyone except me. I started doing them because I was single and I had nothing else to do. So I would just go to movies, and because I went to a bunch, like everyone I know, I think most people know that listens to this is poor. We don't have money to go out to movies all the time. But I just didn't drink. I didn't really like do anything. I moved in middle of bumfuck nowhere for a while, so I just had shit to spare. So I was going to movies, and friends were like asking like, "Oh, so like was this worth it?" Because like most people can only afford like one movie a month. So you just want to know which one's worth it. So I would tell them, and at some point enough people asked, I just put it on Snapchat. And enough people were like, because it was just like giant text bubbles on Snapchat. Yeah, it was messy as shit. And it was just a picture of me in the theater. Like, of me, but like of the screen. Oh my gosh,
it's so awkward. I love it.
Yeah, it wasn't just me like, this movie was great. But so eventually enough people were like, just put it on Letterboxd, it'll be easier. And then I would put it on Letterboxd. And then I was just like, I may as well throw it in video form, and because it takes 5 seconds, and that's another thing. And then once I did that, everyone was like, "Oh, so you're just pushing your opinion on us? Why do you gotta ruin everything?" I'm like,
"That's a review.
What are you talking
about?
It's just an opinion. Grow up." I don't understand everyone's. And like, if you look at my, now I'm just going full blown like, full blown asshole. If you look at like the spread of my reviews on like Letterboxd,
they're all
like 70% of them are 3 and higher. So I don't complain about movies that much.
Reviewer.
I think so.
You gave this one a 2 stars. That's too
Irish?
high.
That's too high for Luck of the Irish. Well, you know what? It was
you're
fine.
A little generous with your ratings.
So
sometimes.
Yeah, whatever. We enjoyed.
Except for Ghostbusters, you kind of fucked that one up.
Everyone needs to stop bringing it up. Just enjoy that you enjoyed it, and leave me out of it. I didn't like it that much. I didn't think it was very funny, but that's just me. In general, even movies I don't like, I hope other people enjoy them. I don't want people to just have a bad time. You don't say
fucking die at the end of every one.
Yeah, I don't.
Take my opinion
and die. I don't want other
die.
people to suffer. It's just, again, these are my thoughts to people who can only afford a movie a month and generally know who I am and like my tastes, so they can glean from that. Should I skip this in theaters or not? That's generally the way. That's who I'm thinking of when I throw things out there.
Well, your parents don't.
And
take
now
any
I just get
of
a bunch
your
of free
reviews.
screeners, so now I can see like everything. So yeah, I don't. If you enjoy things again, most people enjoyed the theater experience of Minecraft. We just had a great time, and there were a couple funny jokes in there. So I'm not saying it was like fucking the worst. It just, I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good. Like, we loved it because the special effects were not finished.
So stupid, yeah.
It was hilarious. It was so funny.
But I think I would have laughed at how bad it was in the theaters if we actually went and saw it in theaters. I wouldn't have laughed.
I think if we saw it in theaters with
funny,
good,
actually.
Yeah, I think if we saw it in theaters with good CGI, we probably would have just sat there like, yep. I probably would have laughed at two of the jokes, like the man sandwich thing was kind of funny. And then basically 69 each other. Other than that, I just didn't. It wasn't for me. I thought the movie structure was not good, and just the characters were pointless. But again, glad people. Obviously, everyone's having a good time, and that makes me happy.
The potato chip factory in that movie in Idaho.
Potato chip factory.
Yeah, that was like the whole thing that he like knocked over the giant potato.
Oh, at the original. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. We'll hear a knocking throughout the whole recording. Stop that. I completely forgot where we're at. I just went off the rails.
We're reading comments. We only got to the second comment.
Yeah. I love this podcast. I thought you guys were kind of annoying at first, but it gets better about 15 episodes in. Currently writing this in class.
Well, good thing you have like 80-something episodes.
Good thing there's 80 more of us being even more annoying. Dabbing on the Dead is the next one, so that's fun. Okay, you got to read the one from Xander there.
Yo, look, it's the Bueno sauce guy.
What is Bueno sauce? I don't know. When did we bring that up? It's strange knowing other people have had it. That's the headphones. That's not the thing. Is it working? Stop. Don't put that away.
Is it working? Is it?
No, you're not doing that.
All right. Put it back. Put it back. It's so strange knowing other people have had an epiphany about their family members aging and didn't grow up with a constant little rat in their ear taking them to the cemetery and saying things like, pay attention, this is how I want you to take care of my grave when I'm gone. That's the funniest comment I've seen in a long time. That's great. I'm just insane. Because I was reading it. I was trying to say, I'm an actor. I like to say straight when I read these. The rat in my ear taking me to the cemetery and saying things like, pay attention. This is how I want you to take care of my... This is how I want you to take care of my grave when you die. My grave! I don't do him very well. Oh, all right. After 2 years of listening to this podcast, I
not read
finally
them?
landed on my... I was giving you the next two. I just hate women, to be honest.
Yep, I knew it.
After over 2 years of listening to this podcast, I finally landed on my first job. I pray my feet don't fall off, and I keep on my fingers, as I will be working on the PetSmart salon. Ooh, prayers to the Pequeno pod, and amen. Send us animal pictures. All right, you want to hit the next one?
Where's the next one?
Why is my voice so low? Oh, because it's turned the wrong way.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
So we just randomly...
My bad.
Perfect.
My bad. Give it to me. What am I reading?
Just the next couple down.
Hello.
Towards the mic.
Sorry.
There you go.
Hello, Canadian here. Not the French-speaking kind, though. Just wanted to say thank you for making me laugh when I didn't realize when I needed that laugh.
Oh, that was wholesome. What's the next one? Is something awful?
What's your opinion on Shark Boy and Llama Girl?
I haven't seen it.
I've been trying to make him watch it.
Well, it's not like we refused. It was
No, it's just not
wasn't
on anything.
So we need to.
It's a great movie.
15 subscriptions, 19 different fucking channels.
I
None of
sing-
them have Shark Boy, Lava Girl.
I sing Taylor Lautner's "Go to Sleep" song all the time.
Taylor Lautner
Close
on
your
TikTok
eyes,
is like
shut
one
your
of the best
mouth,
things.
dream a dream,
Keep going.
and let us out. Dream, 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 dream.
Isn't it George Lopez?
Hit
Is
the
he one
hay,
singing
fast
that?
asleep. No, it's Taylor Lautner.
Oh, sorry.
You little bleep. Dream,
Yeah, I can't
dream.
believe he says you little bleep. What does that mean?
And then like 2 years later, he made Twilight.
That's crazy.
Puberty hit him hard.
What an interesting story. Oh. Yeah, I just know the Spy Kids song. What's that one?
There's a Spy Kids song.
There's several that he's singing like through his little show, because this is what Robert Rodriguez does, the director. There's just a bunch
I
of
just
weird songs.
remember the
in
thumb
this thing.
people and Spy
There
Kids.
were thumbs, yeah. That's what they were called. So
I think I watched the second one and the third one the most.
I can probably end that. I don't think Nick's joining. You guys love talking about Bill Nye this and Beekman's World this, but did any of you watch Bug City in elementary school?
Bugs.
All I remember is that there was your stereotypical cool guy host and pretty girl host. And there was also a mascot host named Bugsy Siegel, a wordplay on the name Bugsy Siegel, famous American mobster that ran the strip in Las Vegas back in the day. Anyway, just wanted to add the nostalgia and see if anyone remember this gem. Love as always, Penis Guy. We don't know who the fuck
Bug
Penis
City.
Guy is.
I want to know.
I don't want to look up Bug City, man.
I want you to look up Bug City.
Bug City. Now I'm just seeing the mobster. You know what? This sucks. I'm done with this shit. This is why I don't fucking look up shit from people that aren't paying us.
Calling me 5 because I'm failing math? Wow. You did that. That was kind of mean.
When did I do that?
The last episode.
Last one? I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
Also, con law is a class I had about the Supreme Court in general, like the Constitution. It was such a funny class because the teacher would open the class with like moral questions about gun laws and abortion. And it would be 8 a.m., but I loved him also. It was such an awkward class to have first period after the election, I bet.
I think I'd kill myself if I was in a class
Hey, I'm not
learning
finished.
about the Supreme Court after they just gave a 9-0
my
verdict
gosh.
and everyone's just
And
ignoring
then it's a
it.
small town of Republicans and you're the only liberal.
Yeah.
It's
so
awkward.
it's-
Anyways,
anyway.
he explained tariffs to my freshman, junior, senior mixed class, and we discussed politics.
Fun.
I think I would get too mad to do a class like that. I can't stand ignorant people.
Maybe back in our day in grade school when people were probably a little bit more rational. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Back when we were in school, that's the people that are doing all these things now. So,
Yeah.
way to go, everybody.
Last
Way to go,
comment.
white people.
This dropped the day before my birthday. Best way to ring in becoming an adult.
Yay. Happy
By
birthday.
listening to people who act like children.
That's what they said?
No, that was
Oh.
my comment.
Thanks for that. Appreciate it. Well, that was awesome. That was whack. Chat, how was that, huh? I'm just filling the gaps so I can pull up the Patreon notes here.
Anyways, how was your day? And the weather, huh?
Well, what?
Who's graduating this year?
Oh, yeah, good point. Riley passed her certification. Everybody congratulate Riley.
Yippee, I'm done.
No more studying. Someone sent me a picture where I'm CGI'd on the face of Dr. Fate.
That's disgusting. I don't know
Okay,
who Dr.
well-
Fate is.
What movie was that from? Probably a DC movie, right? Wasn't that
Probably.
the case? Anyway. All right.
Oh my
let's
gosh,
see here.
it's
Oh, 414. Yeah, so that was this one. All right. Podcast note. We read these when you pay us to basically read whatever you want. We have had to ban people before. Not a lot of people. Just one, I think. Anyway, podcast note. Hello again from Aquatic Naturalist to everybody from my favorite Peapod. Today I bring you a story of annoyance because for the last 3 days, life has decided to smoke me at all costs.
No.
A little bit of background context is that... You want me to hold that and give you a break?
No, it's okay.
I got it. Here.
Just don't hold the microphone like I did.
There you go.
Is that comfortable?
That's perfect for me.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I've been ready.
A little bit of background context is that I, found out a couple months ago that I'm autistic. Then you are probably super pissed off at RFK right now. And 2, I work at a water park as a lifeguard. Ooh. This water park is inside of a hotel that is a chain in much of the Midwest. I'm sure you guys can guess, but I'm not going to say it because I don't know if I'm allowed to. This is mostly important because it should tell you the type of people I have to deal with. Many of them are just sweet parents trying to have fun with their kids around the ages of 4 to 11. This usual crowd is not super good at following the rules, and also they generally get the picture after 1 or 2 occurrences where I have to blow my whistle and enforce the rules. However, there is another group that is common to the water park, and they are mostly assholes. These are anywhere from 12 to 23-year-olds. I interact with these groups most of the time by having to inform them multiple times of the rules, and they continue to break them because they find it funny. Since I'm autistic, I struggle when people purposely ignore me. It cuts deeper than it should, and also I can ruin my day very quickly. So you probably didn't like when I just broke off midway through your note and just started talking about other shit. My bad. However, when I'm ignored 15 out of 17 times trying to correct someone of the rules, it gets very personal very quickly, and then when I'm pulling out my phone out of my locker for a break, my Apple Watch that I've had for 4 years falls to the ground and shatters.
No.
Aww. It's weird to have emotional attachments to something as mundane as a watch, but not having it has severely crushed my confidence.
I get that.
And finally, the weather in my area has been so bad that it keeps switching on and off my allergies. As of right now, it's 70 and sunny with cold wind, and tomorrow at this exact time, it's supposed to be 2 to 3 inches of snow.
Jeez.
I wish you a good 2 weeks in calm waters. Oh, well,
sorry about asking about the weather. That was my bad.
Yeah. Well, I hope that gets better, but yeah, it sounds like a Juliana job, to be honest. So I hope you get done with that soon. But yeah, I hope you have a better time than what it sounds like. That sounds really struggly. I can't talk today. My brain's off.
It's okay. It's your bedtime. That's why.
Next note from Ego.
Okay. Ego.
I got it.
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
I just gotta be in control.
I just love being in control.
Alright, anyways, you're messing up their note. My next note. Hello, Peapod.
From who?
Ego.
Thank you.
Anyways, this is
from?
Ego. No. I don't have much to say today because I forgot to actually make a note ahead of time. Well, that's fine because we're late. And my memory is so bad. I don't remember anything significant about the last 2 weeks. But yesterday was my 21st birthday. Hell yeah.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. And for the first time ever, I was actually excited about it. I'm not very good at celebrating myself. I feel that. But I called off work in advance and made plans to take some of the family I'm cool with to the park. Nice. And it was fun. I thought I didn't really like alcohol, but all the drinks I tried were actually so delicious. I understand that. It's a shame I don't know how to make them myself. That's fair. They're never going to be that good. Yourself. Anyways, when's the last time we all did something celebratory that went great? It could be over anything, and why was it memorable? See you next time, Peapod. Ego.
Yay. Well, for us, that was kind of easy because we just did the celebration for your certification.
Yeah, that was nice. We went and got tacos and margaritas.
Tacos and margaritas, which we've been planning on doing, but they were happy tacos and margs instead of sad tacos and margs.
It felt good.
Oh, and it was so good. Everything was perfect. We love you, Condados. Anyway.
Frozen margaritas from there are the best ones I've ever had.
I could use one right now, to be honest.
10 o'clock
I'm
margarita.
Need one tomorrow.
Hey, they're open for another 4 more minutes.
I'm leaving. Yeah, so we went to Condados, got you some flowers. We just had a generally fun weekend hanging out we went to the zoo, went to the art museum, so very good.
Awesome.
Relaxing off. So yeah, it was good. Fun. Well, I'm glad that you actually enjoyed your birthday. That's the way it should be. My note from Crimson Comet. Short note, but here's a pic of the armored trucks I helped make. I got working there through my school. Anyways, love the pod. Peace. Jeez, that thing's a tank. That'd be kind of cool. I want to drive one of those things once.
That is really cool.
That is pretty cool. Thank you for sharing. Those things are awesome. I want one. I wonder how much one of those costs. It's got to be like
at least $2.
Hey. Next note from One of a Kind. Well, mine was short. Fine, go
Okay,
ahead.
no,
Go ahead.
Nope,
I'll read the next one.
You got it.
Nope, you go.
Nope.
Because
Okay.
I love you.
Uh-huh.
All right.
This is one Dova kind. Hey, I'm sorry for not introducing myself in the last episode when I asked the age-old Santa question. Please, listeners, if you haven't listened to the last episode, please do so and join the Patreon if it doesn't put you in financial distress. How I became a patron
thing is in financial distress.
that's fair, is all part of an elaborate plan, but never mind that. I was the one that first mentioned less hate, more vor in the Spotify comments, and Daniel didn't know what vor was. And that's how it all started. My significant other, this is, is the vor story person, and be ready for more. Oh no. Oh, you guys are going to have such a fun time. And listeners who are curious should listen, rate, and comment, whether it be Spotify, Apple, or YouTube, and other platforms, on all of their episodes. They are hilarious despite all the setbacks and hardship. Keep an open mind. Have a vortastic day.
I should just stop asking what things are. Maybe that's how these things stop. So
Well,
when
then
someone
you
says goon, then I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, well, no, the only reason you found out is because you posted it online.
When did I post it online?
Yeah, you posted something about goon online, and then people told you. So if you don't ask, then you're gonna post shit like that.
Yeah, okay, fine. That was like right when Goon came out.
What?
Oh, shit. Fuck. Yeah, and I posted something like, it was probably awful with the context. It was probably like gooning to this in the closet, and I was like, and everyone was like, you don't fucking know what this
You're like,
means,
I think
do
it
you?
was something about being a gooner or something.
And I was like, that's me. I'm a goon. And they're like, no, you're not. No, you're not, Daniel. They couldn't even joke
I
with me
goon
about
all
it.
the
They were
time.
just like, no, you don't.
That's so funny.
Put my phone in my pocket. We got more here. All right. Next note from Dismiles. Yes, I know the spelling is wrong. Podcats note. It's funnier that way. Good evening, Daniel, Juliana, and Nicolas Cage. Two of those people aren't here. I don't have a story this time, but I realized I forgot to introduce myself to everyone. I'm Miles, but you can call me Missourian. I live out to the west of St. Louis and work as a custodial member at my local school district. And for Juliana, I have had to clean elementary school bathrooms. They are the same as the ones you clean, but stickier.
Gross.
I love working on engines, retro consoles, computers, record players, stereos, and other technic knacks. Oh, sorry, I'm hearing my voice on. So we got automatic feeders for the cats, which is great for when we're gone. But yeah, we made the mistake of putting our voice in it, or my voice in it. So every time it feeds these damn cats, it's my own voice going, Jinx, Powder, time to eat, yum, 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 or some stupid shit. Just every day. I'll be like a meeting for work remotely, and
It's
just
like,
out of
Jinx,
the corner,
Jinx.
Jinx. Num, 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 num.
Time to eat.
Time to eat. Just like the worst shit. Anyway, I love working on engines, retro consoles, computers, record players, stereos, and other knickknacks. I'm getting ready to enter the Missouri University of Science and Technology under mining engineering. Wow.
Jeez,
And I hope to make that my job. I'm also trans-ish, meaning I wish I was born a female but was born male and do not feel comfortable transferring to their gender in the U.S.'s current state. That is very valid. I'm so sorry. If you can, use she, her pronouns. I will not be mad if you forget, though. Loving y'all's Missourian. There we go. Sounds good. I don't really know the gender of any of our patrons, so I think I refer to people as they. Other than Violet, I think I've said she. I think that's okay. Who knows? They're probably just misgendering everyone.
That's not very nice of you.
Whatever, they're paying us. I'm just kidding. Next note from Jabibus Chris. Hello, everyone. I'm just a bad person is what I am. Sorry.
Anyways, this is from Jabibus Chris.
Wow.
What? Hello, everyone. How are y'all? The
Good.
weather is... Oh, a lot of people are talking about weather after I asked. They're
That's
answering.
weird.
The weather is still terrible, and we are basically in the middle of April. Anyway, here's a question. If you could have any food and drink for you, no limit on price, quality of ingredients, and the amount of ingredients, what would y'all have? Thank you, Jabibus. Condado margaritas.
Yep.
Never-ending condado margaritas.
Yep. Actually, that's about it. We got to figure out how to make those. The last thing we haven't... We've made like Starbucks drinks now, so
Yeah, we
really
got
the last
pumpkin
thing
spice,
is just
we got a
these,
chai.
Yeah. So really, the last thing is just those
Damn
margaritas.
margaritas. I don't know how that...
Another piss note from Lucas. So my birthday was... That was the sentence. That's not me. So my birthday was...
I'm so glad it
It
did.
was okay. I had a strawberry cake and some good-ass chicken later on. Well, that sounds good. Anyhow, what the fuck is going on in the world with LMAO America is an absolute embarrassment. Yep, J.D. Vance calling all of China peasants, and Trump saying China wouldn't survive without them, even though they did so 5,000 years ago without them. And him also saying that America has been allies with Italy ever since Rome. I don't know, man. Someone blank them, please. I'm sure hug is what's going in there. Also, I have a feeling Julianna isn't there. You're correct. It's so shocker. Everyone is answering the weather question and knows that Julianna isn't here.
This is from Conehead. Short note for today. Longer one down the line. Did you know that you can get so constipated that it can impact is it vagus nerve? Vagus nerve.
Me.
It's the vagus nerve. I knew that. Vagus.
Is it the vagina?
The vagus nerve, and when you finally relieve yourself, that it can make you forget who you are. This is called constipation.
Oh.
I always forget myself while I'm on the toilet.
Just pooping. What? That sounds awful. I did not know
vagus
that.
Nerve.
Nor did I want to know that. Yeah, the vagina nerve? Great, thanks. Appreciate that. I'm glad you passed your certification.
I don't know how.
What nerve is pressed when you have constipation?
Vagina.
Vagina. Oh, that's a long note. But I love it because they're paying us and we really appreciate it. Catalyst.
Thanks, Catalyst.
PP Pod story time. This may be a bit long. No. Okay, so I have broader autism phenotype, but was probably closer to ASD1 as a kid, and I just learned how to be normal. As a part of this, I experienced hyperfixations as a kid for like 3 years. And as a kid for like 3 years, my hyperfixation was weather. What? I'm frightened.
I don't know what I did.
What did we talk about weather last time? That's so weird. Everything is about weather. Hyperfixation was weather, and very specifically tornadoes. Now, living in Alberta, we didn't get weather like the States, but I was so fascinated that I studied current and historical tornadoes and outbreaks as a kid. My super hyperfixation was the tri-state tornado that happened in 1925 in Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. I was there. Frightening. Shut up. You don't know shit.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Now, given that it was almost 14 years have passed, new studies have come out about this tornado, and thus what I believed as a whimsical child has now been destroyed, but I have linked the information about the tornado below.
On March 18th, 1925, one of the deadliest tornado outbreaks in recorded history generated at least 12 significant tornadoes and spanned a large portion of the Midwest and southern United States. In all, about 751 persons died, including men, women, children. 2,298 were injured, making the outbreak of the deadliest tornado outbreak in U.S. history. The outbreak generated several destructive tornadoes in Missouri, Indiana.
You lost it.
I forgot what I am. The vagina nerve. Oh, no. As well as significant tornadoes in Alabama and Kansas. In addition to confirmed tornadoes, there were undoubtedly others with lesser impacts, the occurrences of which have been lost to history. Well, that's sad. A tornado just blew through your town and no one fucking knows about it. The outbreak included the tri-state tornado, the deadliest disaster in Illinois, the deadliest tornado in U.S. history, and the second deadliest registered in world history. Wow. 219-mile-long track left by the tornado. Wow. As it crossed from southeastern Missouri through southern Illinois and then into southwestern Indiana is also the longest ever recorded. Modern meteorological reanalysis suggested the extremely long path in lifespan recorded in historical accounts are perhaps more plausibly attributed to multiple independent tornadoes belonging to a tornado family. Tornado family. I'm scared. Rather than a single continuous tornado. Although not officially rated by NOAA, the tri-state tornado is recognized by most experts, such as Tom Grazoulis and Ted Fajita. That can't be right. As an F5 tornado, the maximum damage rating issued on the Fajita scale. Fajita. That's probably it.
Is it?
Probably not fajita. Rating.
Vagina scale.
Can you imagine your whole town and family slaughtered by this tornado and they throw it on a fajita vagina scale? We're just running out. Now it's important to know this because I am now 21 years old, reaping what I have sown with this hyperfixation 14 years ago. I quoted this shit all the time every day for 3 years. Just imagine you say something and a fucking 7-year-old girl is like, "Did you know the tri-state tornado killed 200,900 people?" Fucking crazy, right? Anyways, I eventually dropped the tornado thing and became obsessed with other stuff. But as I have grown, those aspects of my autistic experience have subsided, and I'm closer to a neurotypical experience than when I was a kid. This is funny because 9 months ago, I was sitting with my dad, and the news showed tornadoes in the States. This man has the gall to look at me with the biggest shit-eating grin and go, "Hey, Catalyst, do you think that's the tri-state tornado reincarnate?" Fuck's sake, I get texts of tornado emoji memes whenever a bad storm hits about revenge of the tri-state tornado and all kinds of laughs. I'll admit it's funny, but man, I wish I would have known that what I started 14 years ago. Anyways, tornadoes still fascinate me, but please stay safe this season. Love you all, Catalyst. Very interesting.
I was obsessed with storm chasing, I understand.
You made it sound like I spent years on the van.
I had like this little tornado reenactor thing that had like water and like beads to show like the vortex.
You mean just a clear water bottle?
I spent $10 on that thing.
10?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I made my mom, because my 4th grade teacher had it, and I made my mom go to the store and I spent money on it because I thought it was so cool.
I remember the Science Museum where they had a tornado simulator that you could stand in. Did you ever get to be in one of those?
Cool.
Oh, it was so cool. So they put through it like water vapor, like in a.
Oh, that's fun.
And it would swirl around you and do a little tornado thing. Oh, it was so cool. Yeah, there's a couple of Discovery museums that we went to, and yeah, tornadoes are obviously a big deal around here.
I love a Discovery museum.
I thought you were like, I love a good tornado. More damage, the better.
Yep.
High on the
Joplin.
vagina scale.
Oh my.
Yeah, what was the one you looked up like from 1700 that was like?
I don't know.
Joplin? Yeah, it was.
No, Joplin was in like 2013 or 2012. And that one was not
I
good.
don't know what the hell I'm talking
That was
about.
the documentary I was watching where the people really looked like they were from a small town in Missouri. I think the one you looked up was the St. Louis County one.
Yeah, because you were dead asleep, but it's hailing and tornadoing outside, and I'm looking at the news, and it's like, it's headed right your way, and I'm like, what the hell? So I'm looking up, like, can a tornado hit downtown St. Louis, like in the city? And it's like the last time it did was when there were like no buildings. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I think we're okay. So the arch will protect us. The blood I've smeared on the arch will protect us.
All the
Moses!
The licking. Oh my gosh.
I'm not autistic, but I just think of movie references that no one else knows. Saying that, have you ever seen Aladdin and the King of Thieves?
Yes.
What a great movie.
I think I've seen it once.
Anyway, just with Robin Williams going, "Up and the crowd is parting. Who is it? It's Moses!" And we would just say that anytime it came up in like Sunday school or something. My brother and I would just be like, "It's a Moses!" And just no one else knew this shit but us. Too funny. Anyway, well, that's all the time we have for today.
Wait,
I'm going to get zero
notes?
sleep. Yeah, well, it better be. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's it.
Do I look like a real boy, Papa?
I've seen so many.
I know, it's just filled with my For You page. Hey, careful.
Oh, sorry. Were you eating the mic?
Stop.
I was showing you. Like, did you?
No, it's just ripped because I bought it, but it was a little bit too small, so I just
You just
kind of like
shoved it
my
in there?
underpants. I just kind of pulled it.
Oh. What?
What was making it too tight, you ask? That's for another episode.
That's on his OnlyFans.